we go. 123 on a Tuesday afternoon, a live imaging Tuesday.
It's a sad Tuesday.
It's a Michelob Ultra Reaction Tuesday.
The end is near.
No, I am now a Lakers
already here.
I'll
change it to the end is here.
Yes.
But it's just the beginning for me, a new Lakers fan. I
Yeah,
became
what
is
happened?
this all about?
I became a Lakers fan last night.
Why were you not a Lakers fan before
Well, I grew up
this?
singing I Want to Be Like Mike.
He's a Bulls fan.
I got into the Lakers when Phil came because it was a nice segue from the end of the Bulls
right
into Shaq and Kobe and Phil.
Sure. So now all of a sudden you're jumping on the bandwagon as the bandwagon loses
because
its tires.
I saw how much passion a young Austin Reeves put in. I saw the king show why he was the king. Now maybe he needed an extra minute of gas,
such a weird take
but
for
he
you.
fought. He
is
fought
such a
like you
weird
could never.
take.
And AD, who went down with a massive shoulder injury, fought back and played defense at a level that is
unparalleled.
MVP-like,
Yes.
DPOY-like.
Yeah.
That is why I am a Lakers fan. And that is why I'm disgusted today. Not because of the loss last night, because they gave it their all.
They did. It was a great fight down the stretch.
That coach decided, hey, do I lose a timeout when I desperately will need one, or do I challenge this?
Right.
By the way, we need to change that rule.
Yeah.
If the challenge is right, you shouldn't lose the timeout.
It's not why they lost the game, but we should change that rule.
But I'm upset as a new Lakers fan.
Yeah.
Diehard Lakers fan.
Yeah, diehard.
That for years to come,
Yep.
the carnival continues. And let us begin the biggest show on the radio, Mason in Ireland, your Tuesday afternoon right now.
Good afternoon.
So it's all over. Ended last night.
Don't you feel good that it's all over? You can let it go. Like this great scene from the movie Drive.
Yeah.
When
I
your
love
friend
that
Bryan
movie.
Cranston gets
Gets
sliced.
sliced and by Albert Brooks.
And Albert Brooks says it's all over now.
Yeah.
The worst is over.
He does it nice and easy.
Nice and easy.
Nice and easy, yeah.
It's all over.
Yeah. They fought last night. It was a great game down the stretch. It was a great fourth quarter, and they were swinging. And ultimately, like the rest of this series, Denver just knows how to close basketball games.
Great final call by John Ireland yet again. I don't know if we have it ready.
No,
I should
do
have
we
said
have
something.
Do we have John's call?
This is always a really for the second time in a couple of weeks. This is going to be a therapy day for me.
Yeah.
I'll just talk off the top of my head.
Cool.
It's hard for me when the season ends and it appears it hasn't happened and I don't know anything, but there appears. Do you guys both agree there's probably going to be a coaching change?
No question.
I mean, the news was out
that's
11
where
minutes
Chris,
after the.
That's where I was going.
I mean, everybody was ready.
It was complete long form pieces. I sent you two of them, Mace.
All of a sudden,
I sent
they
you
were
those-
ready. They
okay.
were pre-written.
A 4-minute Dave McMillan video was
I'm not
ready.
making this up.
Yeah.
I sent those to you from the plane before we left the ground in Denver.
Guys had their stories teed up and ready to go.
Right, which makes me think normally good reporters, and obviously McMenamin's a great reporter, Shams is a great reporter, normally one of their main sources is agents.
Right.
So when you read a piece like that, you see like who's disgruntled, you figure out who their agent is, that way you can kind of figure out where that narrative's coming from. But those guys are all, again, really solid reporters, and they'll go to the Lakers for comment. And the fact that there was no pushback makes me think that there probably are changes coming. And here's why that's really hard for me. Michael and I have the greatest jobs in the world. It is an absolute privilege to do those games. And the Lakers are great, and they treat us great. When I started, my first year of traveling was in 2002. Our traveling party had 28 people. Now we have 70.
Wow.
And when you change a coach, and you get to know these people, and you become friends with them, and you know, and you know, you build relationships, and I know all the coaches on Darvin's staff, I know the trainers, I know everybody. When you change the coach, all those positions become tenable,
Right.
and you have to say goodbye to your friends. And so part of me is trying to be respectful of that. I don't want to be jumping up and down saying, hey, get him out of here, yesterday, blah blah blah, because these guys work really hard and they're really good people. But having said that, when I saw those two long-form pieces, I came to the conclusion, this is happening, don't you think?
Yeah, no question it's happening. No question it's happening. Yeah, it's weird. It was a game 2. He finished with 2 timeouts in his pocket and didn't use his review.
And a challenge, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there are just things that indicate that he's not going to be here. And I think everybody is on the block except LeBron and AD. I think
every year.
New coach,
Yeah.
LeBron and AD, not on the block. Everybody else is.
So, Greg, here's a question for you. And I mean, I know we goof on each other and go back and forth on this, but I'm being sincere when I ask you this. I always quote that line in Billy Joel's song, The Piano Man, where he says, he's talking about the manager, and he says, he knows that it's me that they're coming to see. That's LeBron and AD. LeBron in particular gets high advertising rates on television, allows us to sell radio packages, allows the Lakers to charge more for season tickets than any team in the league, and he keeps the Lakers competitive and entertaining. And for all of those reasons, and he's playing at an all-NBA level, I can't for the life of me figure out why you want him gone.
But you think it's only because it's LeBron James? You don't think it's the Lakers, it's the purple and gold? That's what sells those things. We are Laker fans.
So
as much as we
do you honestly believe if you take LeBron off the board and then get the next young guy up and come, you want to rebuild with young guys, and you put Max Christie in that slot?
Well, it's not going to be Max Christie.
But, I mean,
anybody you want.
Young guy.
Sure, there will be somebody else
Player
that goes
X.
there. I just don't believe that just because we sell things only because of LeBron James.
It's not only because, but I know that it's me they're coming to see. People are coming to see LeBron.
There is a relevance that goes along with having LeBron James on your roster.
We pay the Lakers.
You're getting to a different place than I want to go to.
Okay, well, we pay the Lakers a rights fee. The Clippers pay to have their games on the air.
Right.
Okay. The reason
it's
is
not because of LeBron
they don't
James.
have LeBron and AD. I mean, LeBron and AD are the reason that the Lakers are good.
But you're not mentioning it's because I think you're selling them short a little bit.
Frankly, we paid more when they weren't good.
Yeah, you're selling them short a little bit because I still believe it's not just competitive. I believe there are players out there that can turn this into a championship contender. Not just
LeBron
competitive.
and AD, right?
With LeBron and AD.
Yeah,
with LeBron and AD.
If Greg had his way, it would be just AD.
Just AD,
yeah.
right.
So
Which you guys mentioned yesterday, you don't think that could even happen.
We think AD would demand out, but we don't know that.
Yeah.
So,
but you would think Rich Paul would pull that trigger.
Right. The issue is, Greg, if you're competitive and entertaining and you're selling out all your games and you're charging top dollar and your fans love watching them play, why do we run that guy out of town?
It's not running him out of town. That's what the whole thing is. He has an opt-out clause. It's very
Correct.
much what it is.
He's going to opt out.
And he's going to opt out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's going to opt out. I'm saying let's just not do it again. Like if he opts in, cool, great, let's go a whole another year. I'm all for it. But if he opts out, then he can just move on. I understand.
And then what does our team look like?
It's AD because you can't trade him unless he has to ask for the trade first, and then somebody actually has to take him, and you have to figure out what that package all looks like. It's a much bigger deal than just.
So
saying,
how do you
I
replace
want out.
his 25 points,
You will
7
always
boards,
replace that.
8
You will
assists?
always
How do you replace that?
You will always replace that. In this league, everybody scores 110 points per game. Period.
The part you can't replace, and this is my whole thing today, is what John says, and it rang through my head last night and this morning. I was thinking of Johnny I getting ready today, which is star effing driven town.
Yeah.
You can't replace that part. So you have 2 decisions now. 3 if you go to the whole
star
ABC
effing driven town.
You rebuild to win a championship in 5 years, potentially. Now,
which I don't think the marketplace would put up
And
with.
by the way, it could take more than 5 years.
It could. Or you sign up for more of the LeBron show.
Yes.
And most likely still don't win a championship. But you have one of the greatest players of all time, one of the 10 best players in the league, potentially his son, which there's that storyline.
Yep.
It'll be a distraction. You have AD, and you have the star. You have all the attention still, and potentially a third player. Maybe it's a Trae Young. Maybe it's somebody like that. Just to say, it just matters what you want. From a business standpoint, John is absolutely correct.
Correct.
If you're on Greg's side, I don't think that that's incorrect either.
No, I mean,
it's just which way do you want to go?
It's a take. I mean, I personally believe I'm not willing to concede that LeBron can't win another title. I'm not willing to concede that.
It depends
he is
who they put him with.
Too good a player. And the supporting cast is going to completely change. There will be a third star. We don't necessarily know who that's going to be right now, but you never know. You find lightning in a bottle, and you all of a sudden are a playoff contender, a championship contender.
But why can you ask me who am I replacing with, but you can't tell me who that third star is?
Because we don't.
But it's the same type of question.
But we don't know.
No,
but it's the same question.
I use this analogy in Super Crosstalk. Last year, we didn't know. Nobody knew that Kristaps Porzingis and Drew Holiday were going to become available. They did. Boston grabbed them both.
It works both ways then. We don't know who's going to would come in to replace those numbers that you're talking about.
Right.
We don't
but
see
you
the whole
realize
board.
that people will
we
come
don't
to play
see it.
with LeBron. When he leaves.
People will always come to play with the Lakers. I fully believe that.
Wait, what? Who came to play with the Lakers right before LeBron got here?
They were building. They were actually drafting their picks,
Right.
and then they use those to bring other guys in, and that's
No, they used him to trade for AD.
Yeah.
People always come to play for the Lakers. That's why LeBron came here.
Russell
was to play
Westbrook
for-
came, and that was great.
Yeah, that was great.
That's fantastic.
Trey Young is going to be the name
Yeah,
now.
that's fantastic.
There's always going to be
Hey,
someone.
I seriously. What about one of them Phoenix guys?
Well,
what
what
about
a-
Bradley Beal?
The-
What
what-
about
oh,
KD?
That
Bradley
was
Beal's
amazing.
your
By
guy.
the way, Bill was
by
great.
the way, terrible.
You want a guy.
terrible together.
So you want a guy who got swept, and the next day was
Terrible
laughing in the
together.
press
By the way,
conference.
they are. This is the amazing thing. You think you put three guys together, it's going to be automatic. Those three guys, when they were on the floor together in the series against Minnesota, minus 51. They were terrible
Horrific.
together. Terrible together.
Let me tell you something to keep an eye on. All these All-NBA guys are all going to be together in Paris in 2 months.
Oh, that's right. They're going to be wangling
Last
a deal.
time that happened was the birth,
Wangling.
was the birth of the Heatles.
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and LeBron were all on the Olympic team, and they said, let's go all play together. LeBron and AD are going to be on the team together with all these guys.
Yep.
You know what the Heatles had that they won't have this time? Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra.
Oh, well, yeah.
Right, but
They won't.
here's the thing. If you're in Phoenix, you got to make changes,
Of course you do. Yeah.
Who's the guy that's going to get you the most if you trade him?
KD?
No.
Devin Booker. I don't think they'll trade Devin Booker.
I do.
I don't.
I don't know.
I don't
I'm
think
not-
they would trade Devin. You don't trade the young guy if you've got a big three.
What if he asks out?
Well, then maybe you have no choice. But if I'm Phoenix, that's the last guy I want to trade. He
He's
is
also the guy who can get you the most.
Sure he is. But I mean,
But I'm
you're
just saying, these are all, Greg said we don't know who it is.
Right.
These are all things that could happen.
Yeah.
By the way, Devin Booker on the Olympic team. Be
Yeah,
hanging
that's
out with
right.
those guys.
There you
They're
go.
going to be in his ear every day.
Sure.
The Knicks are going to be in his ear. The other guys are going to be in his ear. Let's see what happens.
All right. Coming up next, more that we're going to continue to dig into this game, including what Brian Windhorst said this morning about LeBron's options. That's coming up next for you. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right. Did you know it can now take up to 11 weeks on average to hire for an open job? That's almost 2.5 months. And if you're hiring for a growing business, you don't have that kind of time. So if you're hiring, go to ZipRecruiter. Right now, you can try it for free. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Got a text the other day from Ian Siegel, the guy who invented ZipRecruiter. The way Ian puts it is simple. They don't leave anything to chance. ZipRecruiter uses powerful matching technology to quickly find and send you the most qualified people for your roles. So speed up your hiring process with ZipRecruiter. Go to that exclusive web address to try ZipRecruiter for free. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
You never
If you need to feel better today, the next 3 hours are going to be yacht rock therapy.
Nice.
Like a little ambrosia. On a live Imaging Tuesday presented by
band.
Yeah, presented by Kia of downtown LA on Mason and Ireland. This is a Michelob Ultra Reaction Tuesday. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it, sucker. So, what I want to ask you, Mace.
Yes, me. Ask me. Go.
From a performance standpoint,
Yes.
given the history of LeBron and AD with the Lakers, injuries, etc.,
Championship. Don't forget about the championship.
you couldn't have asked for a better season in that they both stayed healthy. Now, LeBron
Correct.
or AD at the end of the year had the headache, the nausea, had the shoulder injury.
Shoulder
yesterday.
injury last night.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But you
You
couldn't.
sound questioning of the shoulder injury.
No, it was. Listen, when you bump into somebody like that,
he
it hurts.
got a stinger.
It was a stinger.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just went numb, and it didn't come back. The only thing that I would have done differently
Much
with
like
that is
much like Mace on a Thursday night.
I would have taken him out while he was trying to get feeling back in the shoulder.
Thursday night.
I thought he was ineffective, and they were
Most
playing
nights.
5-on-4.
But what I want to say
what
is,
you want to say to me?
so
Go ahead, Morales.
do you believe that the next 2 seasons, potentially 3 seasons
Yep.
with LeBron and AD,
Yep.
they are going to remain that kind of health? So if AD misses 20 games next season, John,
Right.
Okay.
they're done, right?
No, they're not.
If LeBron misses 20 games next season,
No, they're okay.
they're okay.
Yeah, they're okay.
I mean, do they get into the playoffs?
It depends.
And are they healthy
and by
for
the way, it depends
playoffs?
who the third star is.
Ah, the third star.
Oh, why are you so suspicious? Or
How has it worked so far? The third star?
well, it has worked. It
Yeah,
didn't work in Phoenix, but it has
It
worked.
didn't work with the Lakers. That 2020 team was not about a third star, was it, John?
No, but teams with 3 stars dominated the finals for the whole last decade. I mean, Warriors and Heat were in the finals the whole time.
We're talking about LeBron and AD and a third star.
Right, but they didn't have a third star. Like the Warriors had Draymond, Clay, and Steph, and then for a while they had Durant.
Yeah.
And then the Heat had Bosh, Wade, and I mean, if you get the right 3, as we saw in Phoenix, Beal, Booker, and Durant don't work together.
No, not at all.
But if you get the right guy, it'd probably have to be a scoring guard.
Yeah.
To go with LeBron and AD, and then like imagine if Jamal Murray was on our team, there'd be a completely different series.
The only 3-star that worked was the Heatles, right? That was because of Dwayne Wade, LeBron, and Chris
No,
Bosh.
you're forgetting about the history.
No,
of
no,
the NBA.
the Warriors don't count because they were drafted. They were drafted all together. They created a team that was brought in from other places to create a big 3.
Okay.
That was the last one that's worked. They worked also because they were in their mid to late 20s and early 30s. They were very young and at the peak of their powers. That's why that worked. And they also only worked 2 out of the 4 years.
Right, but this thing that 3 stars doesn't work. I mean, go back to the start of the century. I mean, Parker, Duncan, Ginobili.
They were all drafted together.
But it doesn't matter.
What does that matter?
Okay,
No, because
what is your
we are-
point that 3 stars work or they don't work?
No, they can work, but you have to build them up and they grow together.
That's his point.
We're trying to bring in somebody to come into it, a 40-year-old
Right.
LeBron. That's different. You can't compare him to the other ones.
So why did Ray Allen, Garnett, and Pierce work?
They were also young.
Well, they're all in their 30s.
No, the lower 30s.
Right.
LeBron is 40.
But he's
his
playing like an
production-
all-NBA player.
Yeah, his production is high.
Yeah, it's right now. And to Chris's point, if those two, if you get both of them not playing 10 to 20 games, both of them not playing 20 games next year, that's not going to happen. I don't care who your third star is. You're not making the playoffs with both guys missing 20 games.
I don't agree. It depends who the third guy is. And
Whoa,
by the
whoa,
way,
whoa,
there's
whoa,
going to be
whoa,
a
whoa,
third
whoa.
guy.
You think a third guy is going to carry the entire team to the
Absolutely.
playoffs?
Depends
I
who
think-
it is.
for example, I think
Who are you
Donovan,
getting?
I think Donovan
Right.
Mitchell can carry a team through an absence by LeBron James or AD.
Against the
Donovan
West?
Mitchell's fantastic.
Against the West.
Yes.
He's going to do it by himself.
Donovan Mitchell's fantastic regardless
Remember,
of conference.
what role players do you have? Because you're going to have to get rid of a lot of them.
All new, most of them. Most of them.
So
I
where
say
are those
get
people
rid of
coming from?
all of them. Everybody but LeBron and AD.
Get rid of Austin Reeves.
Well,
you're
you might
gonna have to
have to
move
if
him in
you're-
a
You're
deal
gonna have
for
to.
a big. If you want a third player, you're going to have
what
to
happens if
move
that third
Austin
player
Reeves.
gets hurt?
Well, I mean,
By the way,
these
by the way,
hypotheticals.
Donovan
But
Mitchell
no,
is getting
it's not
blown out
hypothetical.
by
I'm saying
Orlando.
they get a third player. You're saying
is the first year
what
AD
if they get
hasn't been hurt.
get a player and get hurt. I mean,
By the way, that's not true either.
What was the other year he didn't get hurt?
he had
last year?
67 games. I
Yeah,
think last year.
and by the way, there was a time in February, Chris, where somebody, one of these guys on the internet, went back and said for the last 365 days. So this was in February, right on the All-Star break. He pointed out that Anthony Davis had played more minutes than anybody in the NBA, like February 15th to February 15th. This narrative that AD misses a ton of games was 2 years ago. He's been good the last 2 years with playing.
By the way, Magic Johnson. Did you see Magic Johnson's very timely tweet?
Magic's always on time.
Before you read it, Do you think it's AI?
I don't think that one
No,
is.
this is just wrong.
right.
It says
flat out.
the Lakers have nobody but themselves to blame. They wouldn't have been in the play-in game or finished as a 7 seed if they hadn't lost too many games because of load management. They did not load manage this year.
No.
LeBron and AD played as many games as they possibly could. There was no load management, so I'm not sure.
What if Magic drafted Jason Tatum instead of Lonzo Ball? I mean, just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Good question.
Well, how about Philadelphia that year had the number 1 pick,
Right,
and they
yeah.
took Markelle Fultz.
Markelle Fultz.
By
Jason
the
Tatum was
way,
the 3rd pick in that draft.
If you drafted Jason Tatum, most likely he's being traded to New Orleans for Anthony Davis.
We'd find out.
no,
We'd
no,
see
I
Jason
would say it's
Tatum.
almost a lock.
He would have
Yeah.
been
He
traded
would've
to New
been
Orleans,
gone.
so he would not be here right now.
Well,
Mace
that was
would have agreed
basically
with that
Brandon
move,
Ingram.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, exactly.
Mace would have been all for that.
All for which?
Trading Jason Tatum for AD.
Well, no, you would have to do it. Because you would.
Well, they did it with Brandon Ingram.
You do it because of AD.
I don't think you compare Brandon Ingram and Jason Tatum, though, can you?
Well, you at the time, maybe. Obviously, Jason Tatum has gotten a lot better. All
I
right.
like Mace's move. Trade it all. Blow it
Trade
all
it
up.
all, blow it up, except for LeBron and AD. I want a new coach. I want a new supporting cast. I want all my stuff, and I want it now.
I want an Oompa Loompa now.
And you're going to get Bronny James, too, as part
And
of that.
Bronny with the 55th pick. All right, if you are a motorcyclist, you love the freedom of beating traffic and splitting lanes and making the rest of us jealous because you're going to be home way faster than we are. Now, there is, of course, a huge risk when riding a motorcycle. All it takes is one dumbass to be distracted and not see you. Obviously, motorcycle accidents, usually more serious than a regular accident. Call Jacob immediately after a motorcycle accident. He's been doing this for 25 years helping motorcyclists. He knows your rights. He can get you the medical care you need without waiting. So if you or a friend or a loved one have been injured in a motorcycle accident, call Jacob. Let him help you get back on the bike and once again be king of the road. A lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. Call Jacob. He'll win for you. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
call Jacob and tell him Mason and Sedano both sent you from 710 ESPN. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, let me tell you about the Southern California Toyota dealers. For as lucky as I've been to work with the Lakers for as long as I have, Toyota's been with them for 48 years. Why? Because year after year, Toyota delivers quality, reliability, and simply the best vehicles on the road. Right now, brand new inventory is waiting for you. Choose from an amazing selection of cars, trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and EVs. Great deals are waiting for you now. All you got to do is see your Southern California Toyota dealers or visit Toyota.com. Toyota, we make it easy.
Make it with you.
I do want to make it with you. 9 minutes in front of 2 o'clock on a live Imaging Tuesday.
Sad day. Sad
Is
day.
it sad?
It is sad.
But a new day has begun. There's a new vision. You have one. Blow it all up.
Blow it all up. Let's go. Tick, tick, boom.
I'm going to tell you about the Mandy's 3 voting page in just a few minutes.
Oh, is there really a voting
But
page
first,
up now?
it is time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, spin that wheel, sucker.
Oh, okay. This is left over from the draft. This is good.
Good.
Now, Mace, you mentioned Spencer Rattler on Friday's show.
Yes, I thought maybe the
Rattler.
Rams might grab him late as a
All
developmental
right,
quarterback.
so there were 12 quarterbacks taken, or 6 quarterbacks taken in the first 12 picks.
Yep.
The 7th quarterback lasted until pick 150,
Yeah.
and that was Spencer Rattler, even though a lot of people thought he had first-round talent. Ian Rappaport on the NFL Network gave a reason as to why Rattler dropped so fast in the draft. Listen to the reason.
But I want to mention something in addition to this. And this is kind of weird to say, honestly. Spencer Rattler did a reality show in high school. It's called QB1 Beyond the Lights. It did not make him look great. And it is unbelievable how many different teams mentioned to me the image of him in that show and how they can't get it out of their heads, which I think would be a public service announcement to all 17-year-olds. But it is fascinating as teams weigh whether or not to draft him.
Okay, so Spencer Rattler came off as a jackass on this QB1 reality show when he was a senior in high school. If you guys were drafting and you needed a quarterback, would that influence your decision? Greg, a reality show when he was 17, 5 years ago, and he came off like a jerk.
Not so much that he came off like a jerk, more so that he even went on a reality show back then. I think that's just more of like a me attitude. I don't know. I don't really like it, but no, I don't think.
So let me just add a little bit to the show.
Yeah.
So it was directed by Peter Berg, who's a really
Who
good
did
director.
Friday Night Lights.
Yep.
It included Jake Fromm from Georgia, Justin Fields from Ohio State, Sam Hartman, who had committed to Wake Forest at the time,
Went on to play for Notre Dame.
Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson. It was not just like some
Okay, it was a
random show. It was like a legitimate show.
It wasn't like a dating show then.
No, it was
Yeah.
not. It was
Oh,
like,
then yeah, no
let's
problem.
follow the development of these
Totally
quarterbacks
fine.
as they go along.
I do not.
Brian,
think
what do you think? Would it
matters.
weigh into your decision if he came off like a jackass on a reality show?
I think it would just a little bit because you're getting to know the character of the guy. And like you listed off some of the other guys that were drafted in the first round, and none of these guys had per se character issues from the show.
It's true.
But are you? I guess
I haven't seen the show, so I
Okay.
can't say.
Yeah,
but,
I haven't seen it either.
But if I see that kid being a douche, then I'm probably not going to draft him.
All right, so Chris, I think if somebody went back and
Really?
pulled,
We're saying that word now?
oh, why not?
Are we? I don't
No,
know.
it's fine from an FCC standpoint.
Yeah,
but
yeah. There
I
you
just
go.
was
If
shocked
they
you
went
said
back
it.
and
I
got
just said it.
17-year-old Chris Morales and 17-year-old John Ireland
Oh, my
and put
God.
us on a reality show and judged us based on that, I think we'd both be hosed.
Well, there'd be a lot of blondes around us. I think.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, everybody's an idiot when they're 17.
Yeah, I'd have to see the show to know exactly.
Well, what
I
were
went
you
back,
doing at
I went
17?
back and watched a couple of clips of him. He comes up. He's just kind of a know-it-all, and he's that guy that's like getting on everybody.
but
and-
isn't that who he is then? Like, don't you believe who you are is who you are? Nobody
No.
ever really changes.
No,
you
it's-
you think people do change?
from 17 to 23,
See, I think you
changed
are
more.
you are who you are.
No.
Totally
If-
disagree.
If you're
Yeah, me too.
If you're selfish at 17, you're a selfish person. If
You
you're
haven't lived any life yet. You know, you get.
That's absolutely
Mace,
false.
were you selfish at 17?
no, I was not.
By the way,
Oh.
you're a good
I was-
example of
I was
this.
very selfless.
You were a jackass when you were younger. You've admitted it. You used to yell at people and act like a jerk, and now you don't do any of that. You've completely changed. You're the best.
I changed my position completely. You're absolutely right. You
Radio
can't-
Michael fan, he just look what he did.
cannot-
Just
you
folded to
can't-
John
Well,
Ireland.
no,
Mason
yeah,
were folded
but
to
I
John
made
He
a
made a
Ireland.
point. He made a good
I understand,
point.
but that's the whole thing.
Look,
Radio Michael fan
here's the-
makes you
by the
fold.
way,
Here's the thing.
I'm gonna pull.
If I'm
El
wrong,
Foldo.
I will admit it.
Okay, I'm gonna pull a left turn on you guys.
Okay.
That's fine.
Mace, you got me in almost like super embarrassing trouble last night.
What? How did I do
What'd
it?
you do, Mace?
By no fault of your own.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, so and this is a public service announcement.
Okay.
You guys, especially people like Morales and I that are radio fans, you have to go listen to the Culture Pop podcast with Phil Hendry. Mace and Sue Kalinsky interview. Phil Hendry. So for people who don't listen regularly, Phil Hendry is a radio god to Mason and I.
He is amazing.
He is, and I don't know how you talked him into doing it, but he spent an hour with you and Sue, and you guys were great. So Lakers lose.
Yeah.
And it's very somber.
Right.
On the
Oh,
bus,
sure.
on the plane. I got like Rob Pelinka sitting right next to me. I'm like, this is going to be a very quiet flight. I'm going to put my headphones on. I'm going to not make any. I'm just going to sit in the corner in the dark, and everybody is alone with their thoughts.
Right.
Nobody.
Right.
There was no parties on the plane
Sure.
last night.
Sure.
So the flight starts. We're getting the air. I put on the Culture Pop podcast, and I'm eating and drinking. And Phil starts telling you guys a story about, for people who don't know, Phil Hendry would make up characters on the radio, and he was the whole show. So he was all the voices you would hear were him. He was the host, he was the caller, he was often the guest, and it was his way to rope other callers. He would take absurd positions.
Yes, ridiculous positions.
And-
Crazy,
and
offensive
and
positions.
people would call in. So I'm sitting there, I'm eating, I'd take a big swig of iced tea, and Sue asked him about something. He said, like, hey, Phil, like, did a caller ever get so mad at you that the show got off the rails? And Phil goes, well, one time I was, I'm making some absurd position like we should all be allowed to drive 100 miles an hour on the freeway. And some guy calls and says, this is irresponsible. My daughter was in a car accident. And Phil goes, was she hot? Hot piece of ass? and I knew exactly what you just did. I start laughing so hard.
Yeah, but he says, but was she
was she hot? Was she a piece of ass? and I knew exactly what you did. And I did a spit take.
Oh, it's so funny.
And like, thank God nobody saw me.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like, the season has ended. People might be losing their jobs. It's like, and then Phil goes, hot piece of ass. But this is my long way of saying, go listen to your podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite culture pop.
Thanks, man.
You ever did, and it's out now.
Yeah, it's Apple, Spotify, YouTube channel. You can actually see Phil shift in and out of voices, which is kind of cool.
So great.
By the way,
He
that-
is great.
That thanks man you just gave him, that wasn't very sincere.
Yeah, it
I
was.
thought it was
No,
very
we're
sincere.
pulling that tape. That's like the fake bad guy Mace. You just, hey, thanks, man. Like, blew him off. Why not say, hey, thanks,
Completely
John?
disagree. No,
Thanks,
I
man.
thought that was very.
That wasn't sincere.
You were
Thanks,
humbly
man.
saying thank you for
No, it was
mentioning my
thanks, man.
podcast.
I don't
No,
like
it's-
that. John would have done a much better job of saying
You're
thank
a
you.
bad guy.
I am a
You
bad guy.
are a bad guy.
By the
You're
way-
very bad. And you're posing as a Lakers fan today. I know the
I'm not.
truth. Oh, you're posing.
No.
You're a poser.
No, Chris, we welcome you to the Lakers.
No,
fan.
I will be there
Yeah,
next season.
you're faking it today.
You don't think that I could stay for more Lakers games till the end than you?
Well, no, you definitely can.
one would win that
You definitely
for you.
can. One just roots harder.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next for you, a 2 o'clock call of the day. Now, today's a good day for a 2 o'clock call.
Yeah, we may take more than one if you guys are any good.
877-710-ESPN. We all saw it. The Lakers lose to Denver in the playoffs again. It was a slugfest last night, went down to the wire, but they ultimately lost at the end the way they have to Denver in the last 8 games in the playoffs. So we will get some of your calls in next. By the way, one of the questions, LeBron opts out. What are you doing? 877-710-ESPN. Do you re-sign him? All right. Experience the thrill of the world's largest poker room right in the heart of Los Angeles. World Series of Poker is coming to Commerce Casino and Hotel May 10th through the 24th. People like world champion Daniel Negreanu are pumped about WSOP being at Commerce, hyping the place up on his socials. Take in the first WSOP event outside of Vegas in 2024. Visit commercecasino.com for more details. Take a seat. Get right into the action. One tournament can change your life. I get to play in the WSOP event, which I'm unbelievable. I'm sure I'm going to get that bracelet. Come play your game. Check out a show. Win big. Commerce Casino and Hotel, the official home for Mandy's 3. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
2 minutes after 2 o'clock on a live Imaging Tuesday on Mason and Ireland, a Michelob Ultra Reaction Tuesday. We got to react to last night.
By
But
the way,
first,
Chris, I've been drinking Michelob Ultra lately. It's
isn't
really
it
good.
amazing?
Yeah.
It's so
only
smooth.
2.5 carbs.
And by the way, you
96
can drink a
calories.
lot of it and not get filled up.
Not just that. In a light beer like that, because there's less filler,
Yeah.
the alcohol cuts through a little bit faster.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's very good.
So if you down a
If you're
Michelob
looking
Ultra,
for a new beer, try that.
I love
Bam?
Michelob Ultra.
Are you going to go bam?
Bam!
Yeah, I thought
Thank
so.
you.
I thought so.
I had one on
so
Saturday on the
short.
course.
Yeah.
By the way, John, did I include this in my text? I texted you something on Saturday. But, about that song, that other Robbie Dupree song.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to get
First
your feedback about
hole
that.
at Black Gold,
Yes, sir.
chip in birdie. Never
That's-
done that before in the
Oh,
first
Love
hole.
it.
nice.
Love
That's
it.
cool.
It was very nice.
That's
I'm
exciting.
excited.
Yeah.
But it doesn't get me as excited as the 2 o'clock call of the day.
Whew. Yeah.
Boy, everybody, look at the lines, man.
Yeah, everybody wants to talk. Yeah, we should. I mean, today's the day
You
for
going to
it,
go
right?
wide open telephone lines?
Open line Friday.
Open line
It's Tuesday. We
Tuesday.
did that last Friday.
We did. All right, so let's. Why don't we start with Joseph in LA? Joseph, good afternoon.
Hey, what's up, guys? Good afternoon, man. Love the show. Thank you guys for all that you do, man. Appreciate it. I just want to say that for the Lakers, man, can't be too disappointed. You know, LeBron and AD, for the first 3 games of the series, I felt like they gave all that they can. And the supporting players, I felt like they showed up yesterday, but I felt like it was a little too late. If they would have done that the whole series, I think it'd be a different story right now. And also, I just want to end with, as Lakers fans, we can't feel too bad, man, knowing that the Nuggets have our number because we've been doing that to them for all the years Kobe dominated them, man. So I guess we're getting a little taste of our own medicine. So, yeah, but thank you guys. I love the
All
show,
right.
man. Appreciate
Hey,
you
thanks,
guys.
Joseph. You know, one of the things, this idea of running it back, first of all, is stupid. Running it back is
Well,
dumb.
that's
You
what
don't-
they did this year.
Right, you don't run back with the same runs. And
Yeah.
and you can even look at last year and say, all right, they got swept by Denver last year. Why are we bringing everybody back for this year? And the argument was, well, it's
They hadn't even
continuity.
had a training
and-
camp, that
Right.
group.
But we know the movie. Now it is literally, I think it's LeBron, AD, and a bunch of other guys.
By the way, everybody's talking a lot of crap about D'Angelo Russell and saying how they want him out of town.
Gone.
Wait
He's
a
gone.
minute. You realize that he's probably statistically a top 10 point guard in the NBA. I mean, towards the back of that
Sure,
list.
sure.
But still better than most. You sure you want him gone?
Yes,
They don't
I
win
do.
on Saturday without him, Mace.
I don't disagree.
He had his best season statistically.
But in terms of games against Denver, he's not been great. I know he had a good game the other night, but he's
But
not been great.
The one thing, he broke the Laker record for most threes in
Yes.
a season this year. The one thing we need is 3-point shooting.
Now he's going to opt out though.
Right. So is LeBron.
And try to go get some money somewhere else, and I
Right.
don't believe the Lakers have the ability to re-sign him.
I think Dennis Schroeder, if we would have been able to bring him back, would have been helpful in this series.
Yeah, more helpful, I think, than Gabe Vincent.
As it
I'd
turns
rather
out.
have Schroeder than Gabe
Yeah.
Vincent.
Yeah. So, well, Gabe's signed for next year. Spencer Dinwiddie isn't. You want him back? I think
He
the thing
was
that,
a complete waste of time.
Well, the one thing about him, I don't know if this was a coaching thing or if this is on Spencer. The reason he was brought here was to score. So when he went into games, I wanted him to shoot, and he didn't shoot a lot.
Didn't shoot. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, he's not the guy I thought he was, or didn't play like the guy I thought he was. Let's get one more in here. Let's go to Henry in Oxnard. Henry, good afternoon.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Happy Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
What's up, Henry?
Little Mexico out here. Hey, you guys, I just want to keep it 100
Good.
and maybe a million. At the end of the day, they were playing transitionless basketball, meaning that it didn't matter what position the players were on the court. They didn't even know what they were doing at that position. They should have had a real offensive system. They should have been running the triangle, lean triangle.
Bring
a lean
Tex Winter
triangle in the
back.
post. They should have been running the lean triangle in the post. They would have kept LeBron James and Anthony Davis in the post area, and it would have been an easy 2 points plus an N1 if they would have got a foul. I mean, at the end of the day, they weren't coached by someone who knew what they were doing. Darvin Ham scored under 1 point as a basketball player, under one.
yeah.
Yeah,
All
that's,
right,
I
all
don't
right.
think that's fair.
Yeah,
that's
and-
fair.
and by the
a lot
way,
of guys are good coaches that didn't even play in the NBA.
Darvin is, and not that this matters to anybody because I know you guys are all calling for his head, but Darvin's a great guy. I mean, like, I really hope he gets another opportunity if the Lakers do move on from him.
Yeah.
Because I don't think 2 years while trying to manage stars, including Westbrook at the start of last season, is a fair opportunity.
Right.
So I'm going to be rooting for Darvin forever.
Okay, so Out of curiosity, does anybody believe Darvin is the head coach of the Lakers next year? Bergman?
No.
Brian?
No.
Morales?
He should be, but he's not going to be.
He should be.
Why?
Explain.
So, to John's point, why do... Okay, so you got rid of Frank Vogel. What was the reason for getting rid of Frank Vogel?
There was no good reason.
Well, there's a lot of theories out there.
Correct, but I mean,
I
sure.
think because he
I
didn't mesh with Russ.
Yeah, but I also think that didn't happen without LeBron's signature.
Of course.
Yeah.
So you're going to do it again. Your thing is blow it all up.
Correct.
For what result? Why not leave Darvin Ham in with maybe an additional player?
Get a championship coach in here.
Who is that?
Who
though?
is
That's
that?
Well, the
issue.
only guy
Like,
that's
I
out
think
there,
they need to
the
go-
only guy out there who's won a championship that is not working is Mike Budenholzer.
I think they need to do the opposite. I think they need to go find Sean McVay. I mean, I know it's not easy.
Don't you think Darvin Ham was Sean McVay?
No, I think Darvin was an ex-player.
Right.
You know, a lot of like one of the names you'll start to hear is J.J. Redick.
I'd be for that. I'd be
He
interested.
hosts a podcast with LeBron. He's the lead analyst on ABC, but he's never been a coach. I think you need to go find the guy that's out there that is like in the lab all the time.
Right.
Like McVay was.
Yeah.
And hope like the coach of the year. Do you even know who the coach of the year was this year in the NBA?
Was it Finch?
No.
Finch of Minnesota.
I'd be surprised if you've even heard this name.
Is the head coach of OKC?
Yep. Do you know his name?
Nope.
You know his name?
No.
Mark Dagnall
The Mark Dagnall.
was. By the way, same thing with Nick Nurse.
Yeah.
Both killed it in the G League.
Okay.
And they found those guys and brought them up. So I like you can say, like if Doc Rivers was available, that's probably the guy they would have gone after. But Milwaukee went first. I'm not so sure that that's what you want to do.
What about the Clippers go out? They fire Tyronn Lue. Then Tyronn Lue comes
His
here.
phone better ring within 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I think Ballmer's just going to outpay Ballmer will keep him if he wants to keep him.
Yeah. If he wants to keep him.
Right.
If he wants to keep him.
They play tonight, Greg? Or is that tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night?
Mavs,
Game
Clips.
5, they're
Yeah.
2-2.
Kawhi's already been announced as out.
Right.
Oh, it's tonight.
That might actually
It
help
is
them.
tonight?
No,
That might
no,
help
it's
them if
tomorrow.
Kawhi's out.
My bad.
Yeah, of course, they've been playing better without him. That's not a ridiculous point.
But Mason wants a championship coach. What championship coach is going to come play
Yeah, it's
in the
tomorrow
carnival?
night, Greg. I just
Well,
looked it
in
up.
the end, let's face it. LeBron's going to pick the coach. Who does LeBron want to play for?
I thought he wanted Darvin Ham 2 years
I
ago.
don't think LeBron picked Darvin. I
You
don't.
don't-
I
you don't
know he
think-
didn't pick Vogel.
Wait a minute. I know he didn't pick, but don't you think LeBron?
think he signed
Rob,
off on Darvin.
Don't you think Rob said, "Hey, what do you think of Darvin Ham?" And LeBron said, "Yes."
Well, Rob, when he was on with us, said that he looks at that as a partnership with LeBron and AD. So I think he consults with them on any move. But LeBron wanted Ty Lue. That fell apart, and the Lakers picked Frank Vogel.
Yes, because they
So
wouldn't
LeBron-
go to a fourth year.
LeBron didn't. That wasn't a LeBron hire. And then they went out and got Darvin, who LeBron knew a little bit, and the Lakers knew because he was on Mike Brown's staff, and he was a fit. I don't know where they even start to look if they blow out Darvin.
How about Charles Lee,
He's
assistant
in
coach,
Boston
Boston?
now. Maybe.
That's why I mentioned.
That was the whole I love that
reason
drop.
why I mentioned Charles Lee was specifically
To
for
get that drop back into the mix.
That's not bad, man.
But he's not an I mean, it's not a.
Does he have a relationship with LeBron?
I don't know, but he would be on the
Yeah.
list of potential candidates, right? I
sure.
mean, he's a very successful assistant coach.
By the way, I think there is a small percentage chance that they keep Darvin because I think Jeannie would prefer not to change the coach again, and plus they owe him for 2 more years.
Right.
But I think it's unlikely. But I don't think any of you guys even think that's a possibility.
I think
it is a
there's
small
zero chance.
possibility.
Maybe the chances are not zero, but I think
Yeah, they're not.
I think he's gone. All right, coming up next, I promised the Windhorse stuff, the 1, 2, 3 Windhorse. I'll do
Yeah.
that coming up next for you. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, Mirror Audio Video in Westwood has been serving LA sports fans for more than 40 years. Isaac and Roy and the team at Mirror offer things that no others offer. Cutting-edge home automation from Crestron, Lutron, and Control4. You want to have one-touch control over everything from your pool to your lights to your window shades? Mirror is the place. Better, faster Wi-Fi? Got to be Mirror. Plus, and we can't stress this enough, world-class customer service. If you call Mirror, you never get put into phone jail. Isaac or Roy picks up, and just like that, you're taken care of. Don't believe me? Call them right now. 310-234-4010. 310-234-4010. Tell them Mason and Ireland sent you. They'll hook you up for sure. That's Mere Audio Video in Westwood.
Don't miss Travis Lee.
Live from
After 2 o'clock. There's that other Robbie Dupree hit. I do want the Hungry Sharks.
Smoothing things out on a
Hungry
depressing
Sharks are his
Tuesday.
only 2 hits.
The Hot Rod Hearts.
Hot Rod Hearts. The Hungry Hearts is Springsteen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A live imaging Tuesday presented
Yes,
by
it
Kia
is.
of downtown LA on Mason and Ireland. Hit that awards music for me. It is that time of year. Signature event season. Award season.
Yeah.
As we get ready for Mandy's 3, Saturday, June 22nd, or is it the 23rd? It's one of those. I think it's June 22nd at the Commerce Casino.
You should really know that by now.
It's the 22nd.
If you don't know me by now, then you will never, ever, ever know me.
Thank you.
Go to ESPNLA.com and click on the Mandy's 3 voting logo, and you can vote as we prepare for another year of fun and frivolity.
Woo!
And this year, we have some new categories.
Okay.
First off,
What's new?
the Listener's Choice Award. Now, this award is for listeners to write in another listener.
Oh, nice.
Not writing in us. We got enough awards or nominations.
Yeah, we are giving ourselves plenty of awards.
This is
Don't
for
worry.
you, the listener, to write in another listener or write in yourself on who should win Listener of the Year. And a category that I think I clean up on if the Mason and Ireland Reddit page votes.
Yep.
They could also vote for somebody else just to go against me. I do see that play coming. But who will it be for most hated, if not me? Will it be
That's
corporate
the
Greg?
Category?
Most hated.
Most hated.
Will
if
it
you
be?
don't win this, it's an outrage.
Exactly.
I mean, honestly, you are the most hated without question.
Will it be corporate Greg?
No.
Will it be John Ireland?
Maybe.
Will it
No.
be Steve Mason?
You.
Probably not.
Will it be shit out of Cappy? And Travis and Sliwa asked today why they are not nominated.
Nobody hates them.
Nobody hates them or loves them. They're just kind of in the middle.
Stop. People do love Travis and Slee.
Just saying. So vote now, vote early, and vote often at ESPNLA.com.
But a vote for Travis and Slee, much like a vote for Greg, runs LeBron out of town, right?
Not Slee.
Slee calls out.
No,
It's on him.
Slee doesn't want to give LeBron. Slee's on the same page as Greg.
No, is Slee on the same page?
Yeah,
I
he
thought
says that
Slee.
if he picks up his option, I thought that's what I heard Slee say, that if LeBron opts in, good. If he opts out, let him go.
By the way,
That's your position. I think Slee's with you.
this year's voting page presented by the law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Call Joseph. He's like family over there. Injury attorneys you can trust. 213-747-2000. 213-747-2000.
So I'm looking at some of the categories. Ireland, have you looked at the categories?
I have not.
All right. So, show of the year, I believe it is our turn again. I think it is
You won
another,
year one.
And then Shadano and Cap won last year, but
Yes.
it's very close.
Very close.
Would like to win again. Ireland, Mason Ireland, show of the year. What do you think?
Well, I think we're in trouble because if the Circle of Trolls starts voting.
Oh, don't call them the Circle
Yeah,
of
they
Trolls.
love Mace. They're supporting the
I
Culture
like
Pop
the circle.
podcast.
I
Yeah.
like the Circle of Trust.
The Circle of Trolls votes
Oh,
early
boy.
and often,
Listen
and I
to
think
that.
they all vote for the other show.
Yeah.
So I think we're in trouble for that one.
Host of the year. Now, I'm trying to think who has won Host of the Year.
You and Kaplan.
I don't keep track of this thing. Who?
Oh, no,
no,
Slee
it's
went
you
Kaplan.
and
Oh,
it's Slee. Oh yeah, you got a chance this year.
So who hasn't won?
well, it'll probably be Sedano or Cap again because their people vote.
Don't Circle of Trolls them.
You said it, not me.
No, you've been saying it.
I know, but I
I
didn't
don't
say it there.
You say it.
I just said it there.
I'm going to just
I
go
think
on.
the Circle of Trolls will vote for Sedano or Cap.
I'm going to
before
go on
they'll vote for
record and
you.
say I would like to be host of the year.
Yeah, you better kiss up to the Circle of Trolls.
I
Don't
voted for
call
you.
him
I
Circle
voted
of
for you
Trolls.
this
Did you?
morning.
Thank you. Fill in host of the year. I think it's time for a changing the guard.
Michael.
Yeah,
Michael's
voted.
not listed.
What?
Are you
It's-
sure?
It's
Outright.
Beto,
Well,
DeMarco,
Probably because Michael refused to attend.
B-Cam, Andy Cam,
Well, you attended last
Ramona, and Kirk Morrison.
Oh.
You know what? Ramona has won 2 years in a row. I'm leaning towards DeMarco Farr.
Okay.
Doing a great job. Man of the people. Now, to me, Travis Rogers is, by definition, man of the people. That's his role at the station. Common man.
Yeah.
He's got the common touch.
But will Beto Duran surprise everyone in that category?
Beto is a great pick. He's a good sleeper. Producer of the year, it's...
Well, we've added some people this year.
Oh, yeah.
So you have producer Funches in there.
Who's on the list?
Emily, Lindsay Baseball, Bergman, Laura Romo, Michael Funches.
Laura or Lindsay won last year, right?
Lindsay has won
Won
2
two
years
in a row.
She's
Yeah,
got a
I'll
vice
probably
grip
vote for
on it.
Laura.
I'm going to vote for...
Because Greg, you don't really care, do you? I'll vote for you if you want
I'm
me
not
to.
the best producer.
Yeah,
here.
do you want us to
I would
vote
love
for
to
you?
win it, but I'm
Do
not.
you want us to
going
vote for you, though? Are you
No.
asking?
No. You can
Ask
vote
If
for
you
politely,
ask,
say,
I'll
would
vote for
please
you,
vote
but
for
if
me?
not,
You
I'm
can
voting
vote
for
for
Laura.
somebody else.
Okay, good. I'm voting for Emily. All right. Bit of the year. Now, bit of the year is kind of sad because we
Why?
didn't get the big bit. We didn't get the big bit that everybody wanted, the hot tub scene with you, me, and Cap.
But everybody's represented in this. Read them
Everybody
I
is.
still think that your Chat GPT letter to Lisa
It's nominated.
has got a chance to win this.
It absolutely is. It is nominated. Now, so far, it's Cat Morales and a 22-inch glizzy at Yamava. Ireland uses ChatGPT on Love Letter to Mrs. Ireland, to Lisa. That's my
Actually,
vote.
you did it.
Yeah, I did it. Madness pie eating contest at Islands. It was good.
Yeah, that was good.
Island
You
boys
guys, Greg
beat
just
me.
killed you guys. Was it not you and there were 3 people in that?
It was
were there?
Morales.
Morales.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Morales was
And
finished.
The
Morales
beard
and I
got in the way.
waited.
The beard got in the way.
It certainly
Island
did.
boys invade Halloween.
Island boy.
They went trick-or-treating downtown. Ramona teaches everybody how to make nut milk. Now, John, you weren't here for a
No,
lot
I
of
think
this.
she was filling in for me that day.
A lot of the nut milk bit,
I will soak the nuts overnight.
that's the kind of thing that she was talking about.
Goes the extra mile.
And actually made nut milk
does
here in
go
the
the
studio.
extra mile.
Ice skating at the King's Rink. That's stupid.
Is it?
Yeah, it's dumb.
You and Cap
I
performed.
was terrible. I was terrible.
Not as bad as me.
You know who's best at all of that? It was Jorge. Jorge was filming and
Jorge
going
was.
backwards.
He was the best.
He was the best of
Well,
everyone.
he's
Yeah.
included in the whole thing.
And then Morning Mount.
Well, we had to nominate one of the mounts.
Yeah.
And I thought the morning one, when we were doing mornings a few weeks ago, was...
Chris, when do tickets become available for
that
Mandy's
is the secret.
3?
That is the secret.
What do you mean, a secret?
Details
So
to come.
the answer is not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
May not be for a while. What if it doesn't happen until 2 days before the Mandy's?
You're going to make tickets on sale 2 days before? Come on.
I want people to want it, to need it.
Well, I think they do want it, but make them available so they can make plans.
And by the way, this year's experience
Yeah.
will be unlike anything else.
Because?
We have listened to the feedback from last year.
Yeah.
We've got some added entertainment coming.
Yep.
It's going to be fun. It's
Now,
going to be, dare I say, a party, oh
Are
party.
the Kamenetsky's going to do another filibuster?
Yes.
No, I think the Kamenetskys killed it for the first 4 minutes, and then
The other 19 minutes were
the other
excessive?
11 minutes were shit.
Do you really think it was excessive?
I thought it was great. It
I
made me
thought
laugh.
Tommy Lamb's head was going to explode.
He was not happy.
They made me laugh. That's the important thing. They made me laugh. So I say bring back the camps.
Okay.
Yeah. they're
Will
good.
Juan attend this year?
No, will not.
I mean,
Because Rachel told him not to.
why?
Scott's,
she go one year?
Scott's girlfriend Rachel
She's
went
there
last
every
year
year.
and said, I'm never going again because nobody paid attention to me. They pulled Scott away right away, and I was on my own the
I can
rest of
see
the
that
night.
happening, yeah.
So, yeah, no, Juan's not going. Rachel's not going. I can RSVP no for Rachel.
But wouldn't
She's
that
not
be
going.
what Juan wants? He doesn't want to be around everything, so wouldn't
No,
he
but
want
he's
you
just
pulled away?
He's
He
just
doesn't want to be-
solo by himself in a room full of people he doesn't know.
There's a bunch of people.
But it's at your table.
Yeah. No, he's not going. Rachel told him not to go, so he's not definitely not going.
Rachel.
Rachel will be there.
It was
She'll be there.
Rachel. She's
She'll
not
be there.
going. She's not going. She told me. All right. So Mandy voting, go to ESPNLA.com to vote for the Mandys. Vote for Mason in Ireland. Vote for me. Vote for Ireland most knowledgeable host of the year. He's won that 2 in a row. Most knowledgeable and best play-by-play. You've won 2 in a row.
Well, yeah, but JB had a good year. The Rams made the playoffs.
He did have a
I
good
could
year.
go down in both categories. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. If the Mason and Ireland listeners actually vote, we got a chance.
How much do you covet the Mandy?
Don't. I can't even tell you where they are.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you're kidding me.
They may still be here.
No.
Or one of those
There's
Greg.
one right behind me.
Is that right?
Yeah. I don't even know where they are.
Oh, my God. My Mandys are like some of my most
On
cherished.
a pedestal going around
Some
in
of
a
my
circle
most
with a
cherished. They're
spotlight
with
on
my
it.
Bob Miller Awards, my Hall of Fame plaque, my Mandy Award. It's fantastic. It's an unbelievable display. So, yes, no, the Mandy means a lot to me. I would like to win one.
The Kings are playing for their playoff lives tonight.
Go
are they
Kings,
not?
go.
In Edmonton.
GKG.
We got the banner up.
But the
think-
Oilers have been tough so
Yeah,
far.
I think Oilers are up 3-1. They're
Yeah.
good. We'll see if the Kings can. No, they won in Edmonton the last time when Kopitar scored in overtime, so maybe they can do it again.
That Oilers defense, though, is tough. On Sunday, man. Kings had a power play. They couldn't even get on their side of the ice.
Well, you know, the Kings dominated that whole game. They just didn't score. They outshot Edmonton 33-13.
Yeah.
And Edmonton still won the game.
All right, so I want to get to this real quick.
You segued off of Kings talk pretty quickly.
Well, we got it in
because
there.
I tease something and I want to pay off the tease, and you guys are always up my ass trying to.
I've
get me
never
to pay
mentioned.
off
I've
teases.
never mentioned you paying off.
Oh,
teases.
you did.
Sounds
you said
like you
you're,
did.
You're
I
bad
never
at paying
have.
off tease. Bergman, you always say I never pay off a tease. I'm paying this off.
You didn't used to.
I don't care what anybody says. Brian Windhorst on LeBron and 3 reasons why he's going to opt out.
Number one, because I think he wants to see what the Lakers do around the draft. They have potentially 3 first-round picks that they can trade, a couple of contracts that they can package with it to upgrade the team. You remember that they did not make any significant upgrades to this team at the trade deadline. LeBron did not forget that, and I do think he likes to have that pressure on them. Number 2, as you may have heard, his son Bronny may be, and I expect to be, in this draft. The Lakers, I think, will keep their draft pick. The New Orleans Pelicans have the option to either take this year's pick or defer to next year. I believe the Pelicans will defer to next year, so I think the Lakers will go into the draft with the 17th overall pick and the 55th overall pick. LeBron has expressed an interest in possibly playing with his son. The Lakers will have potentially 2 chances to draft him. And number 3, I think that there's some features that he can put in a new contract. Number 1, if he opts in, he only gets 1 year and $50 million. He could potentially get multi-years. And also, he does not have a no-trade clause in his contract. There's only one out there in the NBA. It belongs to Bradley Beal. I wouldn't be surprised if he'd like to lock that in as well. So I do think we're going to be hearing some silence from LeBron between now and the end of June as we watch what the Lakers do as a team.
Silence. Quiet. It's going to be quiet for a while, Ireland.
The interesting thing is LeBron doesn't have to make any decisions until June 29th. So we may not know for a while what he's doing.
Yeah. And, he suggested a couple of things there. One, the Lakers are going to wind up keeping their draft pick. New Orleans will not take this one. So they will have a first-round pick in this year's draft. They have got a total of 3 first-rounders they can move for a significant player this year. The other pieces on the roster, all movable, including Austin Reeves, who you'd hate to lose, but if it means getting a third star in here, you do it. Coming up now, you remember that guy on TikTok last week who hates Darvin Ham?
Yep.
He's back.
Oh, did he come in on last night's game?
We've got his latest tirade coming up next.
Well, they're always entertaining.
Yep. In the meantime, hey, I drive a Hyundai. I love my Elantra with next-level tech and safety features. Hyundai cars and SUVs give you the confidence to boldly journey wherever life takes you. Advantages include available class-exclusive digital key and available remote smart parking assist. And because the road ahead should be as worry-free as possible, you get complimentary maintenance for 3 years or 36,000 miles and 10 years of America's best warranty. It's your journey. Own every mile in a brand-new Hyundai. Learn more about Hyundai's award-winning lineup and warranty at buyhyundai.com. That's buyhyundai.com, or see your SoCal Hyundai dealer today. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN. Hey, I even know this one. Is this Yacht Rock, Matthew Wilder?
Is it? I think this is. No, this is post Yacht Rock.
Yeah, this is post Yacht Rock.
Yeah, it is.
I like it though. I played this as a DJ. This is
Did
my
you really?
DJ
I'd say this is
era.
my 90s.
I think you're right. Yeah.
I think we could put
88,
Pepe
89.
as Personality of the Year nominee, Greg.
Yeah, Pepe should
think
be
so?
on the ballot
Because
somewhere.
I do have
Pepe's
Clapper
down.
on there.
Yeah, go ahead. I think we should put him in there.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
put him in there.
Pepe, absolutely.
Not funniest host of the year?
Well, he's not a host, per
Well,
se.
Fuck us.
Yeah, he's got these things.
Focus.
Yeah, he does.
The horse, whoopie-doo.
I mean, come on.
La-di-da.
Now, I do
La-di-da.
want to repeat as Personality of the Year, but I might defer to Pepe.
I would lead a full-on crusade for Pepe to win that award.
Personality of the Year?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
But how will people feel when that means more Pepe? Because if he has a Mandy Award in his possession, he's just going to live here.
Well, I mean, it's an open door policy with Pepe. If he wants to come in, he comes in.
We told him he can come in wherever he wants. He's taking that literally.
Yeah. By the way, I just talked to Bryan Cranston.
Vote for the Mason and Ireland Show
for Show of the Year.
Perfect. It's like an
Show
endorsement,
of the Year.
like in a political campaign.
Exactly. That's what I was going for. All right, so there is a guy that we found last week. His name, I looked up his name again. It's Billy McGuire.
Okay.
Who is just a crazy, crazy fan. And he goes on to his TikTok, and he absolutely...
I haven't heard this yet. I
absolutely unloads on the Lakers. Here it is.
Lakers should have won this series easily, but you have a brain-dead, incompetent human being coaching. All the coaches... Phil Handy, Chris Gent, obviously Darvin Ham, just never be in basketball ever again. If you're switching, it has to be immediately, and it's automatic. D'Angelo Russell must get underneath the screener Jokic here. Look at D'Angelo Russell. You want to switch now? Well, who's going to box out Jokic now on this miss? You switch over the top and about an hour late. Anthony Davis! This is not February against the Wizards. Shot goes up. Stay in the play and box out if anything. Oh, yeah. Darvin. Yeah. If there's any way for this idiot's tenure to end and the Lakers season to end, it's with you not even playing 7 seconds left. We're not giving Jamal Murray open jumpers with the season on the line. Ice the screen for once. Keep him to the sidelines and out of the lane. Hachimura can get way over and backside help so the pass to Jokic doesn't get made. Yeah.
You know who he kind of reminds me of?
Who?
Sam Kinison.
Oh, yeah, there's a little bit of Sam Kinison there.
That's pretty good.
He does make a couple of interesting points because I know he's yelling and he's...
Yeah, I think we should, take his blood pressure or something.
So that Aaron Gordon offensive rebound...
Yeah.
When the Lakers were up 1 was devastating. He kept saying, box out, box out, box out. The Lakers have been killed in the offensive boards all year long. And that was another example. And he made another good point, but I can't think what it was. But I'm pretty sure it'll come to me later on.
Well,
by the way, his name is not Billy McGuire. I just totally made up a name.
Oh,
I have no idea who that is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, some guy. It's some guy on a,
I can't find him
TikTok
on. He's on
account
TikTok.
Called
Yeah.
Awful Coaching.
Yeah.
But certainly passionate.
Yeah, he's very passionate, no question about that. And he's not wrong. I mean, it's time to move on from Darvin Ham. We've seen exactly what we get with Darvin Ham versus the Nuggets, and I think the Lakers need a head coach who is going to crack that code. I also believe that everybody is tradable, movable, gone, except for AD and LeBron. AD and LeBron stay. Everybody else can move.
Greg would even put them on the list.
Yeah, you would even. Well,
you wanted continuity, John, and now you're for this plan of blow it all up besides LeBron and AD.
What?
I think it's just ridiculous.
No, I think what I would do and what they're going to do are two different things.
Right. Well, what would you do?
I think that you can perhaps keep a couple of these guys and still add a third star. For example, if D'Angelo Russell opts out, that frees up 17, 18 million in cap space.
Right.
I don't know. Taurean Prince was a good role player.
Yeah, he's fine. Obviously, Darvin
same thing
really
with
liked
Gabe
him.
Vincent. Same thing. I think Max Christie's ready to play. I probably am in the minority there, but I would love to see him get some minutes. So I'm not as down on everybody else as you are, but I know there's going to be sweeping changes.
The reality is you've got to move pieces if you want to bring in a third star.
Sure.
You absolutely have to. And your most valuable, aside from the draft picks, your most valuable chip is Austin Reeves.
Well, or you could sign and trade
Reeves.
D'Lo too, but let's see what the market is for him. And there's some guys out there that free agents that it's not a great free agency year, but it's not they're like
okay, let me.
Klay Thompson's out there. Miles Bridges is out there.
Tobias Harris is out there.
Yeah.
DeMar DeRozan is out there.
I think all these aren't all these
Buddy
guys
Hield
upgrades
is out
from what
there.
we have now? Isn't Buddy Hield an upgrade from
Buddy Hield was
Spencer
unplayable.
Dinwiddie?
I don't think Buddy Hield's actually playable in this. He's in Philly, right? He's not playing well at all.
Right, but I mean, we need guys because LeBron and AD command so many double teams. We need guys like Doug McDermott's a free agent.
Sure,
Bring him
a
in.
guy that plays zero defense, but he shoots threes.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But look, is he going to shoot?
It's a league now. Like if you brought in, if you moved out some of the guys we have on our
Torian
roster,
Prince almost shot 40% this year.
Right, but if you move out some of the guys we have on our roster and move in 3-point shooters like Buddy Hield and Doug McDermott, that would help, right?
I maybe, but you're
depends who you hire to be the coach. I guess.
And then you're banking on your 3 or die. I mean, I know that's a lot of the game.
Like a lot of the league is now.
But they need another big next to AD. That's the biggest thing of all.
Yeah.
That's what it was at the trade deadline too. But everyone's like, no.
It is interesting.
You need
Dallas is probably the team, and I know they haven't gotten by the Clippers yet, but Dallas is probably the team that can actually play with Denver a little bit because they added bigs like P.J. Tucker and
P.J.
Washington and Daniel Gafford at the trade deadline.
And Derek Lively, their rookie center, is really good.
Yeah, so they've got size.
Yeah,
Maxi Kleba's there. Yeah,
they can go touch it. But let's see that's tonight, right, or is it tomorrow night?
Tonight.
Clippers,
right?
Mavs?
No, tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
Now it's tomorrow.
Okay,
tomorrow.
They just moved the game to.
But we are going to have 76ers Knicks on the app if you want to listen to that
tonight.
Okay, good.
About an hour.
Knicks with a chance to close them out.
So no Sedano and Cap today.
No, they're on.
No, on the app.
Oh, okay. So that's been a really great series, New York, Philly.
Although 3-1.
Yeah, but
just go to the ESPN LA app and scroll for the tile that says ESPN Radio Live Sports. You click that, and then you've got that game.
Nice. That's excellent. I think the Knicks will close them out tonight. Don't you? It's at Madison Square Garden. Jalen Brunson coming off a really big game.
It depends how Embiid plays. If Embiid's healthy, he could beat him by himself, but I don't think he's healthy.
He looked ejected in the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but does he stay in Philly? I mean, there's a bunch of possibilities when this season ends.
All right. Coming up next, we're going to do some What's Up, Fool. Bergman's got stuff. Brian's got stuff. We will do that. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
But first, before.
Hey, I'm Dave Denholm.
And I'm Mario Rees.
You know us from the LAFC Radio.
Tuesday is presented by our friends at Kia Downtown LA. The big spring deals continue. At Kia of Downtown LA, lease the dynamic 2024 Kia Forte GT for only $265 per month. The big spring deals only at Kia of Downtown LA next to the 10 freeway at Fig and Washington, downtown Los Angeles. Now, here's what you got to do. You got to go in and see the general manager, Gary. You walk into his office. You say, "What's up, Gary?" He's going to be shining his Rolex. And you say, "Give me 30 seconds of your time." Because I got to tell you, Gary, I want a Kia, sucker. And tell him Chris Morales and 710 ESPN sent you to Kia of Downtown LA.
No.
Bibigo is the official game day snack of the Lakers. Mouth-watering Korean snacks and meals in minutes. Keep your freezer stocked with Bibigo for a delicious meal. I got a bunch of Bibigo in my freezer right now, and now that the Lakers are out of it, I can actually eat it all. Korea's #1 food brand, making the whole world more delicious. Minimum effort, maximum flavor. Available at all major grocery stores in the freezer aisle. I go to Ralph's, but they're available at all of them. Bibigo Mandu are the largest, juiciest dumplings in the market. Every day is the day to live delicious with Bibigo, the official game day snack of the Lakers.
Mace doesn't like common sense like that.
Yeah, I don't know your political views. Are you on?
All right.
No, don't be like that.
Chris.
Don't be like what?
Don't get all soft.
I'm not getting soft.
Quarter
I
in
just
front of
said
3
your
o'clock.
political views are
This
wrong.
is another band that don't. Spencer Townsend, something. What?
Close. I believe it's the Stanford Townsend Band.
Sanford Townsend. Yeah, they had a couple of hits.
Yeah.
This and one other one.
What's wrong, Mace? You okay?
I'm fine.
You feel good?
Oh, feel good, man.
You
Considering
ready
the
for a
circumstances.
Tornado Sedana to come in here in a little bit?
To do what?
You know he's going to be all ramped up.
Well,
LeBron's the greatest ever. Sorry. Quarter in front of 3 o'clock. It is time for What's Up, Fool? Hit the thing.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
6 years ago, what were they? Take it away, Corporate Greg.
Thanks, Morales. All right. According to an article in NBC Philadelphia, Dave & Buster's is going to allow customers to bet on arcade games. Customers can soon make a friendly $5 wager on a Hot Shots basketball game, a bet on a skee ball competition, or on another arcade game. I've always thought that Dave & Buster's was just kids' Vegas and just priming them for Vegas. This is just going overboard, right?
Yeah, I mean it is, but this is the way of the world now, man. I mean you can gamble on anything. And now I don't know. Is this for little kids? Is there an age limit for gambling? There has to be an age limit. You've got to be at least 21 to gamble, don't you? I don't care what game you're playing in the arcade.
Everything's legal, and
but if
adults age 18 and older will
Okay.
be able to place real money wagers on arcade games with friends.
So now little kids, 18
Boy,
and
you're
older.
pretty soon. The point of this is pretty soon we're going to be able to gamble on anything.
Well, I mean, I was reading today. You know, there's a sports book with the Arizona Diamondbacks park where the Dodgers are right now. There's a sports book in the building. I think that's where we're ultimately headed. But I don't know. Harmless bet on skee ball for an 18-year-old doesn't bother me.
Really?
Yeah.
John, does it bother you at all?
No.
Really? I'm surprised.
Does it bother you?
No, I mean, it's just like we're just teaching these kids more and more.
18, they're
bet.
18.
They're playing. They're already being primed for Vegas. Have you been in a Dave & Buster's recently?
Sure. It's like
Great
like
place.
a casino.
It is exactly like a casino.
Yes.
And now you're betting too. I mean, we're going just a little far. That's all I'm thinking.
I was at Dave & Buster's about 2 months ago. I wish they had this. I
See?
would've been
there you
all
go.
in.
Were you the king of skee ball that day?
I would have been hustling these kids. Come on over. Come on. See what you got. Come on.
Hey,
Riley-
Junior.
Riley
Come
running up
on.
to me. Hey, I want to bet my friend on the skee ball game. You want to give me $5? Like, it is just.
It's 2024, and this is the world we live in. By the way, what do you got on cut tonight?
I do have a couple bets
right.
on cuts today, by the way.
What's up, fool?
Got a little prize pick action going too. You know. Yeah.
There you go. And we're all gambling.
Yeah. All right, guys. So I saw this story today posted by SportsCenter, and confirmed by the Mets that they are looking for a new Mr. and Mrs. Met mascot. And they posted the job, just like any other job listing would have, for around roughly $70,000 a year. And I was always kind of, like, oh, how much do these mascots kind of make per se? $70,000 a year to be a mascot, and all they ask is that you're high energy and compassionate with the fans. Do you think you guys could ever do that? Or what do you think about, the whole mascot lifestyle?
I don't think I could do it. A friend of mine in college was the Josephine Bruin, and she was really good at it. She kind of had an alter ego about it. I don't know if I'd be good at it. I'd probably burn out pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'd be for $70K running around in a felt hat. I don't think that's for me. I'm going to be honest.
Giant baseball head?
No, gigantic baseball head. Nah, I don't think that's for me. But by the way, some of the mascots make way more money than $70K, right? Ireland, there's a mascot in
Denver that makes like $500,000.
$500,000.
Rocky, the Nuggets mascot.
So Mr. and Mrs. Met deserve a raise.
Yeah, they're getting gypped.
Exactly.
What's up, fool?
Another baseball story today. Topps came out with some brand new baseball cards, and these are kind of interesting. They're anime baseball cards, and it kind of got me thinking. Do you guys know what anime is? And also, when's the last time you've seen brand new baseball cards?
I know what anime is, but I have no interest in being a part of it.
Well, yeah, they have a big anime thing down here, right? And everybody dresses like anime characters, Anime Expo. You see them around.
It's just a different style of cartoon.
Different style of living. Those people that dress up with the blue hair and
yeah.
That whole thing. I don't really know from anime. I know that Andy Kamenetsky's daughter is really good at drawing anime and that's what she wants to pursue in her life as her goals.
Yeah, she's really good. I've seen some of her work, and Riley Bergman is also someone that loves to draw
Loves anime?
Yeah, a lot of kids love it, right?
Yeah, a lot. Okay. It's really, really big right now. It's been big for a while, but it's back.
What's up, fool?
Anime's back.
Anime has returned.
It never left.
There you go.
It didn't.
So we were talking about the draft watch-alongs and stuff yesterday and some of the draft grades. Bleacher Report also had a draft watch-along with C.J. Stroud and Micah Parsons, which I thought was pretty interesting, and they broke down their all-time plays and whatnot, but they both gave a grade of what they think the winners of the draft was, and I thought it was pretty interesting hearing from, two Pro Bowlers, all-pro kind of guys, that the Bears took away the, number one, getting Caleb, but the second and third winner were the Chiefs and 49ers. And I know we kind of talked about, they, from their first round, they both took receivers.
Yep.
How does it feel, though, as, these two Pro Bowl players in the NFL now still think that the Super Bowl teams got better and as the best draft, per se?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's got Bears, Chiefs, and Niners with the best draft.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
I think that the Bears obviously had a great draft. They were well positioned. They got the receiver at 10. They got Caleb Williams at 1. I think the Bears look like a playoff team for next year. 49ers, already a playoff team. Chiefs, already a playoff team. They both went receiver. The suggestion with the 49ers is, does the fact that they took a receiver mean that Brandon Ayuk is going to be traded at some point? I think that's possible.
Maybe even Debo.
Yeah,
or maybe even Debo.
Would you trade Debo or Ayuk? Debo's had injuries.
I would trade Ayuk. Debo just does too many things. And the Chiefs got a great wide receiver, fastest guy in the draft, with the last pick in the first round. I don't know well enough what everybody took. I know that I really like the Rams draft. Did they give a grade for the Rams draft?
They didn't have one for the
They
Rams
did not
draft,
have
just
one.
for the top 3.
It's an A, just for the record.
The Chargers got an A, too, now.
Did the Chargers get an A?
They did.
Wow.
Yes.
Good for them.
What's up, fool?
All right, guys, so I know we talked about Mel Kiper last week about him having no cell phone, per se.
Yeah.
There's a restaurant in Italy that's going viral now for giving a free bottle of wine to any customer that gives up their cell phone. So when you come into the restaurant, you give up your cell phone. They want a distraction-free kind of restaurant, and they'll gift you a bottle of wine.
What kind of wine, though? Is it like a Cabernet Sauvignon?
Oh, they don't classify that
Chianti.
necessarily.
What's the restaurant?
It's in Italy.
Okay.
Well, it's probably Chianti, then.
Al Comandino?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
know
there are
that.
some
I know
people
that
like
restaurant,
I
yeah.
would do this in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
All right. But there are some people that when I've told the story many times on here about I offered Bill McDonald $300 to put his phone, lock it,
Not the same
and
story.
put it in his backpack, and he won't do it.
Right.
But I would. I'd give up my phone for
Well,
dinner.
I've got a new rule. No computer after 8 p.m. None. No phone, no computer after 8 p.m. I'm done. I'm turning off the world. I want to be left alone.
But is Juan turning
If
it
your
off as
phone
well?
rings, would you hear it?
No.
Okay.
Juan is always on his phone.
Okay.
Juan would never give up
Well,
his
he's
phone.
texting with me usually.
Yes.
We're texting about the show, of course.
Unsubscribe.
Yeah.
Is what he said. Look, for a free bottle of wine, I'd do it. Honestly, I would do it anyway. I went to dinner on Saturday night and never took my phone out, never thought about having my phone out. Made no difference to me. I think you should do what in other words, don't be the guy that sits at the table, you on the phone and your date on the phone or your wife on the phone. What's the point of even going to a restaurant if you're not talking with each other?
Yeah, I've seen people out at restaurants where all 4 people are on their phones, sometimes
Insane.
texting each other.
What if they like the food?
What's that?
What if they like the food? And that's why they're there. They don't need to talk to each other. They like the food.
Yeah, no, I think you're being social. You go to dinner with people, you're being social. Are you not?
need
You're
to.
going to go there and just stare at your phone?
I do, but they want to just eat the food. They like the food.
Yeah, I think they're missing out on the other part, the social
They obviously
aspect
don't
of
care
having
about
dinner.
that part and just like the
No,
food.
they're wrapped up in their devices and they can't get off of
and
them.
enjoying the food.
Maybe, or they're paying attention to their devices more than they are the taste of the food. We're all too much on our phones.
Agreed.
Agreed.
What's up,
Who's
Fu?
with me?
Agreed.
Put your phone away.
I kind of need it for work, though. So.
Although, if you're listening to us on the app, keep it right there.
What's up, Fu?
This story came out last week. I don't think we ever really touched on it, but I just want to see your guys' take.
Okay.
Red Lobster obviously going bankrupt and closing
no
all
more
of their
hush
stores.
puppies for you.
Right. The kicker of the story.
In years. My grandparents used to love that.
Oh, my
place.
grandmother, Red Lobster.
The kicker of this was they lost, I think, $11 million on one promotion alone, their endless shrimp promotion.
They lost $11 million.
Right.
That's a lot of shrimp.
That's a lot of shrimp. Well, my question to you guys is, do you think that these endless promotion deals are ever good, or they're always just kind of a come get in and we hope that you buy more?
No. They're a lot of times they are good. When I worked for Anheuser-Busch way back in the day, they said to the cost of a draft beer to them was about 17 cents.
That's amazing.
And a draft beer, even back then, was $2, and now it's more like $5.
Right.
So I'm imagining, I don't think the cost went up that much. So, Brian, those endless promotions are, like Macy's Stone movie theaters, they could sell that popcorn for way less if they wanted to, but it's supply and demand. They just sell it for a lot of money.
Right. Nobody else is selling popcorn in our theater, so we will, and we will jack up the prices like crazy.
Right. So, yeah, if you do it right, you can make money. I don't know how they lost $11 million.
No.
I've only been to Red Lobster once.
Yeah. Only once?
Yeah, in my life.
Oh, my God. Grandmothers love Red Lobster.
I remember going as a
they
kid
do.
a lot to what it was before. It was called something else. Seafood Broiler, I think, when I was a
Wow,
kid.
I don't even remember that.
And they got bought out and became Red Lobster.
Red Lobster, I mean, don't go there. Honestly, when's the last time anybody ate a Red Lobster?
I don't even know
I think
where
I ate there last year,
I
but
mean, I
with the
don't-
grandmother.
Yeah,
Never.
with the grandmother,
Right.
exactly. My grandmother loved Red Lobster. She loved Olive Garden. Oh, my
Well,
God.
Olive
she
Garden's
loved
still
Olive
kicking, aren't
Garden.
they?
Olive Garden
Olive
is still
Garden's
doing
the
well. Endless salad and breadsticks. Really good deal. Really good deal.
Thank you, Mace.
Well, if you seriously,
I've been to Olive Garden many
Oh
times.
my
yeah.
God, I love that.
Yeah.
You don't even need an entree.
But if you want to go the tour of Italy, it's not a bad thing. For what it is, it's not bad. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
As Italian food goes, it's not great Italian
It's
food.
not supposed to be.
Yeah. Well, they've
not.
succeeded.
What's up, Fu?
It is what it is.
Yes, it is. Yes,
What's
it
up,
is.
Fu?
I got one more for you guys
Okay.
here. So today, one of my favorite national days, I just saw this, Adopt a Shelter Pet Day.
I know.
And a lot of LA local shelters are doing actually, they're waiving fees or reducing fees today
Nice.
all the way through the weekend in hopes to get most of these dogs, adopted. So I just wanted to put that out there. No real question, but adopt a shelter pet this
It
week.
is
huh?
Good for you.
Yeah, you know what? I think adopting a shelter pet is the right way to go.
Scott Kaplan just walked in. He still got that crap on his face. What a gutless
Evil
bum.
Cappy?
Yeah.
He's
He's
still-
Sedano,
evil cat.
Sedano is going to
yeah.
put him on the ropes for 3 hours today.
Yeah, that should be entertaining. As for shelter pets, yeah, if you can get a shelter pet, that's the way to go. I got to be honest. Sophie was from a breeder. She is a purebred beagle, but since then, all shelter pets, and I think that's right. Your dog was breeder, right?
Yeah, she got him from some breeder in Central
Right.
California.
Yours, Copper, your dog, Brian, is a...
Most recent from a LA El Segundo shelter. So,
yeah, and where'd Lola come from?
It was a rescue.
Rescue.
From
There you
Rescue.
go. So it's
Idris
National
Guardians.
Shelter Pet Day. Go take care
We
of
got
a
Cappy
shelter
from a
pet.
shelter. We
Did
saved
we?
him. We saved him
Down
from
in South.
We saved him from his media market career.
Oh, that's right. Saved him from the Cappy Cast. All right, coming up for you. Should the Lakers draft Bronny James? Should anybody draft Bronny James? One NBA analyst says he's maybe better than we think. Hey, guys, it's Mace. Weekend. Of course, it's me. Hey, guys, it's Mace. I'll just read anything.
I'm
you put in front
Ron
of me.
Burgundy.
Yes. So this weekend, you can join the L.A. County Department of Mental Health for 3 different transformative events. Starting this Saturday, May the 4th, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., we're kicking things off at Sergeant Steve Owen Memorial Park in Lancaster. Then keep the good vibes rolling at Belvedere Community Belvedere Community Regional Park till 5. And mark your calendars for Sunday, May the 5th, where they will be at Richie Valens Recreation Center in Pacoima from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Let's make this weekend one to remember. Learn more at takeactionla.com. Well-being starts with the L.A. County Department of Mental Health. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Travis and Sliwa.
Station 710 ESPN, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
3 o'clock on a live imaging Tuesday on Mason and Ireland. You feel it? You feel it, sexy eyes?
Who's this, Chris?
Dr. Hook.
Oh, this is Dr. Hook. Dr. Hook had a lot of hits.
Did he?
Did you think I was calling you sexy eyes?
I accepted that as a compliment.
When you're in love with a beautiful woman, that was
Great
Dr.
song.
Hook.
Very
He had
intrusive.
And they had some other hits,
cover
too.
of Rolling Stone, a few
Yeah.
other hits, yeah.
Now, what kind of doctor was he?
He was a Dr. Hook.
Of love.
Doctor of love.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Who isn't a Doctor of Love these days? By the way, you want to love Mason and Ireland?
You are not a doctor in
Oh,
love.
I disagree.
Oh, my God.
What is your problem?
When
I've
was
been
the
very
last time you've
positive
known
today.
love? When was the last time you've known love? When was
How
the
do you
last
know?
time you've
How do you
known
know
love?
I'm not in love right now?
Because we're with you all the time.
Where are
We
you?
would
When
be
are you with
seeing-
me all the time?
We are. I mean, Cappy keeps tabs on you. He tells me what's going on. I know what's going on when I see you around. I think you need love.
How do you know I'm not in love with a beautiful woman, as Dr. Hook once said?
I think you need a beautiful woman to be in love.
How do
with.
you know?
Do you think he's got a beautiful woman on the side?
I think he has several.
No, I've slowed
Matter of
down.
fact, I'm quite
I'm
confident.
old
of that.
now. I'm old.
Not
man.
taking them 2 at a time anymore?
No, not like Fredo was. You couldn't get.
Taking 2 at a time. That's exactly
Players
what
couldn't
I
get a
Canadian
drink.
cocktail waitresses, 2 at a time. You know, have you noticed that Paramount runs the crap out of The Godfather now?
Yeah.
It's like you could, at any given day, you can find it at
Yeah,
any time.
absolutely.
So good.
All right. So everything came to a halt last night as the Lakers were eliminated once again by the Denver Nuggets in the playoffs. Now, one thing that you just pointed out to me that I had not noticed, they showed the
All right, yeah.
final
So let me
plays of
ask
the
you
game.
guys about this. So, Brian, did you watch the game last night?
Yeah, I did.
Greg?
Of course I did.
All right, did you watch the final play?
Yes, I
Jamal
did.
Murray.
Yes.
You guys saw Jamal Murray's game winner.
Yes.
Right. All right,
Of
so
course.
this happened, and I decided not to make an issue out of it on the air
Yep.
because I thought it would sound like whining, but it absolutely happened. So Murray hits, it's 106-106. Murray hits the game winner. And
Have your
there's
final call.
There's still 2 seconds left. I think I referenced that Torian Prince. Torian Prince,
he got clocked.
Gets the ball from LeBron and gets tackled at half court with like 1 second on the clock. The question is, go ahead and play the call. See if I even mention it.
Murray dribbles left toward the basket, pulls up, 10-footer, good. Lakers have no timeouts. Here's the season. LeBron to Prince, no good. Season over. Lakers lose the final.
I don't know if these work. Can you hear me?
Lakers 106. Game over. Nuggets on to the second round, and the Lakers, who led in every game at halftime, lose this series in 5 games.
I didn't mention it.
No, did not mention
Prince
it.
got clobbered.
He did.
But, Greg, I don't know if I'm a ref if I'm giving him 3 free throws to decide a playoff game on a half quarter.
Absolutely.
What do you think?
Cannot
absolutely
do it.
cannot do it.
Cannot
no
do that.
way that you can make that. Call.
If we all agree that
It was 100%
a
legit.
100% a foul. If it was in the first quarter, and what you would like to say, if it was the first
I got that
quarter,
from Stu Lance.
yeah, first quarter to second quarter buzzer, they would have called it there most likely. You can't do it there.
Yeah, I
You
don't
just
think
can't.
you can decide.
No, you cannot
a game.
do it.
A good official manages the game.
Yeah.
And so and what are the
You
odds?
can't end a game.
Yeah, and
on
what are the
a-
odds of Torian Prince throwing in a 45-footer?
Right, exactly.
Come on.
How great would it be if they did call it and he missed a free throw? Or even he missed 2 to lose, actually.
They missed a ton of free throws.
They missed
last night.
9 free throws. I think it was the main reason they lost the game. Austin, who's the best free throw shooter on our team, got fouled in the fourth quarter on a 3 and missed the first 2.
Right.
So
Spencer
Yeah, by
Dinwiddie
the way,
missed 2, by the way,
all night
also
long
late.
they were bad at the free throw line.
They were 16 to 25.
Yeah, bad at
By
the
the way,
free
they
throw
lost
line.
by 2. They make half of those.
Yep.
They make 5 of the 9. They
Yeah.
win. So, they had their chances. That's
So
for sure.
today we've been talking about it, and all this stuff broke immediately after the game because every writer already had their story written and ready to go. That LeBron is likely and almost certainly going to opt out of his contract. And one of the and will have a chance to re-sign with the Lakers. And by all indications, the Lakers and LeBron want to continue together. The question is, Bronny is in the draft. And Bronny did not have
if he elects not to go back to school.
Correct. And Bronny did not have a great year at USC. Obviously was limited because of the heart issue and then barely really got a lot of playing time.
Can I tell you something about this story?
Sure.
The Lakers have the 17th and the 55th pick.
Correct.
Okay. I don't think Bronny's going in the first round.
No.
So if he's still on the board with the 55th
Take
pick,
him at 55.
I have
I'm
zero
for
issue.
that.
And he's athletically just as good as most players on an NBA bench right now, and he's 19. So I have no problem with this. I don't understand why people are getting all worked up over this thing. Well, he's not ready to be an NBA player. Half the guys on G League teams aren't ready to be NBA players.
Here's Brian Windhorst on Bronny James and where he is right now, whether or not he wants to play with his dad.
LeBron kind of changed the way he's talked about that during the season. He made it clear that that was his dream. It wasn't necessarily Bronny's dream to play with him.
Sorry.
Sorry, Dad.
Shut up, Dad. I will play.
Obviously from the McAfee show.
And I know that Bronny has put statements out on Instagram. I really would like, he's never really done an interview, and I'm not even saying he's got to do an interview, but I would love for us to stop guessing and asking, LeBron about what Bronny wants. I would love it if Bronny would just come out and say, this is what I want, whether it's in an interview or whether he just makes a video or whether he comes on your show and says, this is what I would like to do. And then there's clarity and there's no barriers.
Yeah, nobody knows exactly what Bronny wants to do. We got some breaking news.
According to Alden Gonzalez News, Mike Trout needs surgery on his knee.
Oh, boy.
Sources tell me and Jeff Passan.
He's having a great year.
The extent is not known, but a source said it is not expected to be season-ending. Story shortly on ESPN. There's also more. Adrian Wojnarowski, Celtics center Kristaps Porzingis is expected to miss a minimum of several games with his right soleus strain.
Well, this is when I saw Bill Simmons at Christmas. I said, I think the Celtics are the best team I've seen in person. He said, yeah, but do you trust Porzingis to stay healthy for the whole playoffs?
Right.
And there it goes. Now he's out indefinitely.
And Trout.
He can never get it done.
Well,
he's done. He's just broken down.
He is broken down. Now, this is multiple years now in a row that we've seen Mike Trout break down. And again, hopefully it's not season ending. By all indications, at least from that report, he will return at some point this year after this knee surgery, but we don't know how long he will be out. As for the Angels, it's going to be another lost year.
Look at this. So this year, he's played 29 games this year. Last year, 82. 2022, 119. 36 the year before that. In the shortened season, he played 53, and then it was 134. So he has not played more than 120 games since 2019.
Yeah, that's over. That's over. And by the way, he recently came out and reiterated that he wants to stay with the Angels. Torrey Hunter said he does not want to be traded. He wants to. He doesn't just want to win a championship. He wants to win a championship with the Angels.
Who's trading for him in that contract?
Nobody now.
You can't.
No.
Does he have an opt-out coming up, though? I mean,
but what value does he have in an opt-out?
Exactly.
You opt out and sign for less?
No. If he opts out and signs for a longer deal, with the Yankees, I mean, or somebody that needs an outfielder. So when
an outfielder that doesn't play?
Well, hold on. When he plays, look at his numbers this year. He's been really good.
But look at his playing time availability over the last 4 years. He's just not your most valuable quality is your availability.
Where I think he might end up is Philly. He grew up in New Jersey as a Phillies fan, and I could see that happen.
But again, who takes that contract? I mean, I think the Angels actually have to pay some of that contract.
He would have to opt out.
He's signed through 2030. I don't see.
No, I think there's an opt-out in there.
Contains no opt-outs.
Really?
No opt-outs.
What's his average? Roughly, what's he
this
making?
Year, he's making $35 million, and it's 35 all the way through.
Yeah, that's actually reasonable.
37 with.
There's guys into the 40s now
with the signing bonus.
But you're right. It depends how good his health is.
You're going to pay $35 million to a guy that's not going to play?
Well, the Angels do it all the time.
Yeah, they've done it a bunch of times.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the era of Mike Trout is over. The every year top 2 MVP.
But
chase.
He was doing that this year. He was on his way.
But again, I mean, he's become a broken down guy. This is multiple years in a row.
He didn't make it to May. He didn't make it to
By the
May.
way, did you guys see something happened in the Dodger game last night that hasn't happened in I think it's 17 or 18 years.
I watched part of this game.
Nobody struck out for the Dodgers. Not one strikeout. Like today, Jack Flaherty was pitching against his old team. The first 6 guys struck out.
Right.
He had 14 strikeouts. The Dodgers had 0. I can't remember a game where a team had 0 strikeouts.
It's been 19 years, I think. Parker, that's what you're saying? 19 years since it's been?
Since anybody's done
18, somewhere around there.
Wow.
It's been a really long time. And by the way, it's another crazy thing. Mookie Betts has not struck out in his last 12 games. Not once.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's Tony Gwynn-esque.
In this day and age, that is incredible. By the way, if you've not had a chance to see, we've talked a lot about production at the bottom of the lineup for the Dodgers. Andy Pages is that. I mean, he has been just absolutely terrific since he got called up. Cuban kid who looks, it seems like he has a feel for the strike zone, extra base hits, a couple of home runs. Bergman, I think Pages is the real deal.
Yeah, he seems to be. I just want him to do what James Outman did last year. It's like he started off really hot, started to fall off, and figured out he made adjustments to the adjustments. If Pages can do that, he can last a really long time. By the way,
I also want Outman to be more like he was last year.
That would be good. He's hitting the ball hard.
Last year's Outman.
Yeah, it's just he's hitting the ball.
This year's Pages, last year's Outman. Together, bottom of the lineup.
Outman is basically just a platoon center fielder. We have a bunch of platoon guys.
By the way,
Pages is not, though.
I just put a bet out there on cut.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to take the other side of this. I've got Dodgers, Diamondbacks under 9.5.
See, I'm going back and forth on that. I think under makes the most sense with Jordan Montgomery.
Jordan Montgomery on the mound.
And Landon Knack has actually been good outside of one inning.
Yeah, 1 inning.
Each start.
Yeah, I like the under in that game. You don't like that?
No, I like the under.
By the way, if you're not on the Cut app, you should do it. Download the Cut app. It's KUTT. Enter ESPN LA for a 10% deposit bonus, and then you can bet against me and Bergman and everybody else. Join our social group once you sign up, and we're kicking bets back and forth. That bet's out there right now if you want the over on Dodgers Diamondbacks.
By the way, there's some conversation going on Twitter.
Okay.
That people think that I want the most hated award is like a coveted award to me.
You do.
I wouldn't mind it.
No, you want
But I've already been nominated as most hated on the Reddit page several times.
Right, but you want this award.
I mean, I don't really care. I think that they're all plotting together to now vote you as most hated as like a bit on me, which I would actually sign up for that.
Me too.
Because you
Mason
winning
is all about winning awards.
Yes, but this one will eat in his brain.
No, it
will. I can guarantee you.
I think you're overvaluing how it might affect him.
I think you really are.
Come on, John. You've worked with him for
affected.
30 years.
Yeah.
Him getting up there, loses host of the year.
Yeah.
Let's say you lose host of the year.
I assume I'm going to lose host of the year.
And you win most hated.
I would say.
And you've got to face your mother and not stepdad Leo at the Mandy sitting there.
Yeah.
And they go, really? You're the most hated?
Wait a minute. Are you telling me I got a big trophy?
Yeah, you get a trophy.
Okay, I'm for that. Give me the big trophy.
I don't know. I don't think you can
I don't
mentally
care
take
about
it.
most hated, most loved, most whatever. That doesn't make any difference. You always think you're trolling me and you're going to get me going. You can't get me going.
Oh, I get you going all the time.
I'm not an offendable
Nobody
person.
knows how to get you going like me.
I am not offendable. I cannot be offended.
Really?
Stuff you say does
Should
not
we
offend
bring up
me.
some of the history of you and meetings?
Yeah, sure. Bring it up.
You've spent like days on it when all simply Gray wanted to ask you about what time you get here every day. You've spent weeks talking about it on the air.
Well, when you guys dressed me down?
I did not
at
dress
that
you down.
meeting? Oh, yeah, you did. You and Bergman dressed me down.
I didn't dress you down. He simply
Bergman,
wanted me to sit in on it.
Ireland, they dressed me down.
Now, this seems like a guy who rationally could deal with winning most hated.
I would love to win most hated. I'd rather win most beloved, but I will take most hated if that's the second prize.
Boom! How do you like
Let's
that
go.
one?
Yeah, you can't get to me.
I can get to you very easily.
You can't.
Really? Do you want Corporate Greg and I to get to you tomorrow? That's easy.
I mean, we can.
What will you do to get to me tomorrow?
Whatever we want. We can pull an air check from
Why
last
not get
week
to
and
me
say
right now?
and say, hey, listen,
I'm not
you were
sitting in on that crap.
No, we don't. So we don't need to sit in. We'll just send it to you. Like, hey, why don't you listen back to this? You sounded a little off
Well,
your
you
game.
know, I learned this in a meeting. You know what you can do with feedback? You can ignore it,
right,
or you can reject it.
Accept or
Ignore
reject
it or reject it. One or the other.
What if we have producer Lindsay do an air check session with you?
Yeah, can I sit that
You're
one
gonna
out?
regret this.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm a big Lindsay fan, but no. She's not going to listen to my air check. Sorry. Swipe left.
Oh, come on.
All right. Coming up next. John, what do you want to do next? Actually, you know what I think, John?
What?
I think we should take a couple calls.
You're going to open the lines up?
Yeah, I'm going to open the lines.
Hotlines
Yeah, I want
Tuesday?
to get a couple of calls in here, get a little flavor in here.
Little flavor, huh?
A little flavor.
You got nothing, huh?
Well, here's the question. Do you want me to do something other than Lakers? Because I will, if
we
you're
just
telling
said
me
we did,
you
like
should.
Dodgers, Angels.
Dodgers, Angels, yeah, we get stuff in.
You want to how about you engage with John and I on a Kings conversation as they get ready to play the Oilers?
You know, I've not seen them play.
Oh.
I'm just going to be frank and honest and direct and say I have not seen them. Been to games, love the games. What are you snarling about?
I'm not snarling at all.
You're snarling.
I'm listening to you.
You're snarling. All right, coming up next for you, we will take some of your calls. 877-710-ESPN. Lakers lose last night. Now the big question is, LeBron's going to opt out. Do you keep LeBron? Do you not keep LeBron? Do you offer him a deal? How big a deal? Is there a path for LeBron to still win a championship with the Lakers, or is that time over? Should they draft Bronny James maybe at 55? They've got a late second-round draft pick this year, mid-second-round draft pick. Do they go Bronny with that? And how do you feel about all that stuff? 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-ESPN. Plus, John, I've got a mission. And I'm going to tell you what it is coming up next. You're in on it. You're in on it.
Okay.
Bergman, you're in on it. Brian, you're in on it. Morales, I'm not sure if you're in on it. We'll do it coming up. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN. Oh.
Mason and Ireland each day. It's like afternoon delight. Kind of.
Yes, it is.
If you close your eyes.
What movie does this make you think of, Chris?
It does make me think of, whatchamacallit, Anchorman.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anchorman. That's the one.
Live Imaging Tuesday presented by Kia downtown LA on Mason and Ireland. Don't forget 4 o'clock, Shidano and Cappy for your afternoon drive. And then a special edition of Lakers Talk with Sliwa tonight at 7 p.m. You can take out all your aggression on Slee.
Yes, do that.
Slap him around.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
That's what I say.
You know, I'm the newest Lakers fan now, Mace.
The newest, we've minted a Lakers fan.
After last night, after that
how long
passion.
have you lived in Los Angeles?
My entire life.
Yeah, and you've just become a Lakers
Well, I was a
fan
Jordan
now.
Bulls guy, kid.
Yeah.
I was a Lakers fan in the Phil years.
During the good years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you bailed when it
And
got
I watched
tough.
a lot of games as a kid during the Eldon Campbell years.
Sure. No, that was a era.
And now I am ready for the carnival to continue.
Yes! Bring on the carnival. I'm buying the e-ticket.
The LeBron James
experience.
show will continue.
Yes,
All right,
it will.
Let's see what the people think.
Let's think about that.
Let's go to Mando in Santa Barbara. Hey, Mando, you're on ESPN LA. Hi.
Hey guys, how's it going? Watch that Laker game last night.
Yeah.
Mando,
Sorry,
we're
man.
gonna have to let you go.
Doesn't work.
Your connection
Doesn't
is
work.
lousy.
Sorry. That sucks.
Jim in Ontario. Hey, Jim, you're on ESPN LA. Hi.
Gentlemen, this has been the journey of the past 2 seasons. In both instances, the coaches used smaller players. You had Vando, Wood, Christie, Reddish. None of those guys played in this series, just like Gabriel and Brown didn't play in the last series. It's part of the reason why the coaches have these crazy lineups. He's obsessed with hamsters, and it's just get him in for both times. And for that reason alone, and for not developing Christie throughout the entire season, that's absolutely criminal. That's my time, gentlemen. I'll talk to you guys.
All right,
man.
There's a take. Yeah, I think. By the way, I wouldn't have mind seeing Christie in this series.
Me too.
Spencer Dinwiddie was doing absolutely nothing. I would have rather seen Max Christie out there hungry and doing something. I think that in the end, this was similar to last year's experience, and it was similar because it's the same opponent, and we basically brought the same team back and expected a different result. And
Well, it was a different result. You won one playoff game.
Oh,
this
yeah, that
time.
was the different. You're right.
Thank you
That
for
was the
pointing that
difference.
out.
That was the difference.
Here's
You're right.
Primo in South
They're
Central.
Maybe next year you can win
Hey,
too.
Primo,
5
you're on
years, they can
ESPN
win.
LA. Hi.
Guys, there are many things that hurt me about the Lakers losing. But the main thing that's sitting on my brain is the fact that Coach Ham, you don't have to be a non-member of Mensa to have a tough edge. You can be a tough guy and still be media friendly. But when he's out there dapping and shaking hands and hugging with people who used to be his friends on other teams and stuff while we're doing battle, that is not a good look. That means his conversation in the locker room is not something that Hannibal or Alexander the Great or Julius Caesar would be talking about.
Right.
That's what upset me.
Good job,
Okay.
Primo.
All right,
Very good.
thank you.
Yeah, no, I mean,
If
I
you
think
had Julius Caesar being mentioned on the
If you had
show,
Caesar.
that's a win.
I love how Darvin Ham people want to go after today, but dare you go after Dave Roberts after a team gets swept in the playoffs?
no, you can go after anybody you want.
Well, I do.
There's no,
but
there's
people
no
are very
restriction.
upset. I can't wait for October when I bring this up.
I called for Dave Roberts to be fired just
After
for the
I broke
record.
the bobblehead.
Don't.
And now you've reversed
after
on
they
that.
lost.
Now you've reversed on
We have
it.
no. What choice do we have? If he wins this year, great. He stays. If he doesn't, he's gone.
Go back to the phones.
How's that different than your position?
Go back to the phones.
Oh, screw you. Let's go to.
I give you all your ideas of bits.
You don't give me anything.
Of course I do.
Okay, here's Terry in Chino Hills. I like this. Terry, you're on 710 ESPN. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. First time caller. My
Welcome.
question is why would the Lakers waste a draft pick on LeBron James' son? He hasn't done anything at USC. He doesn't do anything to prove a draft that high. Why would we waste a pick on him?
So we're
Just to
Terry.
keep LeBron.
A couple of things. First of all, the pick we're talking about is the number 55 pick in the draft. That player very rarely makes it to the NBA.
Well, this one will. This one will.
This one will.
And we'll play.
So if it's the cost of doing business and it helps you keep LeBron, let me flip your question on you. Why wouldn't you do it with the 55th pick?
And LeBron will be with us for another year,
Right.
2 years,
Right.
maybe.
Yeah, 2 years.
And now you're stuck with losing him, and you got his son sitting on the bench.
Well, wait, you're not stuck with losing him. You would get him for 2 years if you do this.
Correct. I'm sorry. Yes, you're right.
So why you don't want LeBron?
LeBron is a great player. You can never take that away from him. I respect him. I watch the game. He plays his heart out.
Yep.
Your view is different than mine. I'm looking at the roster, and we sent away some great picks. I would love to be able to get a player that would be better than LeBron's son.
Right. Okay.
That's my hope.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, at 55.
Good luck.
I mean, at 55, good luck finding a player.
Matter of fact, at 15, good luck finding a player.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. So I wanted to get to this. Ireland, you and I and Bergman and Brian have talked many times. Actually, let me phrase this a different way. What are you doing on Sunday, June the 2nd? Sunday, June 2. Are you in town?
I don't know yet. I might be in Idaho, but what's happening? I could be.
Is it an any other day type of situation?
Maybe
we're
not.
doing?
No.
What do you got?
He said he wants to do it. You said you want to do it.
I'm out of town that day.
Well, what are you?
Skydiving. I'm trying to get
I'll
it
try
skydiving.
to make that work.
Yeah.
I'll try and make that work.
Okay,
Doing
good.
this.
Well,
Yeah.
do we want Brian to be there?
Yeah,
He
we
can't-
got to have Brian.
Yeah, well, let's say we don't have to do it on that day.
Yeah,
Just-
we'll pick a
figure it
date
out.
that you're here, but I definitely want to do it. And Morales, I
Why
want
don't
to
we
see
do
you
it-
skydiving.
Nope.
Why don't we do it the day after the Mandy's? Because we know we'll all be here then.
Oh, that's a good idea. Day
not
after the
bad. Oh, I'm
Mandy's
gonna
would be
be
the
so
23rd.
hungover. I
That's
don't
all
know.
right. That's better.
Dropping from an airplane. hungover
Falling
is
from an
not a-
airplane after
not a-
the Mandy's?
Yeah, that sounds a little bit rough
You
on
think
my
that
head.
sounds
Or
rough?
maybe
Yeah.
we do it one day, like the morning of the show. We do it in the morning and then do the show.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
But what if something happens to Mace and then he ends up winning Host of the Year and he's never there?
Wait, like what? He dies from the skydiving
But maybe he has to
accident?
go to the hospital.
If we die, we die.
Yeah, if we die, we
Chris.
die. That's exactly the slogan.
Yeah.
The slogan when we go skydiving is absolutely if we die, we die.
If we die, we die.
Let's go.
I really like yesterday when Pepe was in here. When you played that, you screamed in his face. it was great. It was
That
really
gut
good.
was bummed.
You know, I
Pepe.
was trying to get him to focus. Yeah, and I
He's got
finally
none
did.
of his own takes. Just copied whatever John was saying yesterday.
He did. He did. It's true.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, John, listen to me.
La-di-da is right. Well, I don't know if I'm going to Pepe for hot sports takes.
Well, when it comes to the Lakers, it's very hot takes.
Yeah, they're
Scalding
not very,
hot.
Not very hot.
Lakers in 3.
Lakers in 3. Exactly right.
Whoopie-doo.
Hey, there's one little nugget I didn't play you about Bronny that I want to get to, and it's an interesting take. It's Windhorst again, but he's talking about the way Bronny was used at USC and the way he might be used differently at the next level. We'll do that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Let me tell you about what's going to be scalding and hot tonight.
Pepe's takes.
Cappy and I, look at Sedano staring me down. He's mad because I did the LeBron bit earlier. Oh, no. Guys, 6 years ago. It's going to be scalding and hot. Party, oh party tonight at the East Central Hotel. You know why? Because Cappy and I are staying there. Our downtown home away from home because we want entertainment. And East Central downtown L.A. is the home of entertainment, Jack. A contemporary hotel with an authentic L.A. vibe. You know what I'm saying? Right across the street from L.A. Live. So listen, the Lakers may be out of it, but there's still a lot of reasons you're going to be down here, downtown L.A., and you're going to want to party. You're going to want a place to sleep. How about the biggest hotel rooms in downtown L.A.? I can even fit all my luggage in it, and I bring a lot of luggage, sucker. So come on out. I'm having problems today. Yeah.
Luggage?
I'm getting all excited thinking about Cappy and I tonight at the Nixo
so
Lounge.
busy entertaining.
Overlooking Fig. The Nixo Lounge is where you want to get a nice cocktail. Then you go up to your room. Maybe you get into some fun and frivolity. Or maybe you just go to sleep. Either way, the East Central Hotel.
Your oversized room, by the way, Chris, right?
It is.
Your
It's a very
oversized
big-
room.
it's a big room, yeah.
It's big. You can fit the entire Mishpucha in there, and we'd still have room for more. East Central Hotel, 213-748-1291. East Central Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. Entertainment's official address, and we will be going live, I think, tonight on Instagram from one of our hotel rooms. Cappy and I.
Can I join?
In the hotel room?
No, in the Instagram.
Sure, we can arrange
Yeah,
that.
just
You want to go live with us?
Yeah, I'll go live with you.
And then it really will be entertainment.
It will be entertaining.
And entertainment. We've really butchered this read. East Central, downtown LA, our home, away from home. Four minutes in front of 4 o'clock. A live imaging Tuesday presented by Kia downtown LA on Mason and Ireland. That read you were doing in the break, man, that was rough.
Yeah, I thought it took me several times to get it.
Maybe
when I got it so good it was worth it.
You might want to work with Cappy on how to do reads. Cappy's kind of good.
Is Cappy better? Who's the best at reads?
Cappy and Ireland. Cappy and Ireland.
Cappy and Ireland are the two best, and me and Shadano are the worst?
I didn't say the worst.
You said Shadano was the worst, and I'm the worst.
I never said Shadano was the worst.
You said Shadano and Cappy are on a level of their own, and then it drops down to me and Shadano.
No, what? Wait. I said Cappy and Ireland.
Oh, yeah. Cappy and Ireland.
Then
I
Sedano.
pride myself in getting those done in one take.
Oh,
Not
he's good.
always.
He's
but
a one-take
most
machine.
of the time.
I'm not a one-take
You
guy.
are not a one-taker.
I'm not a one-take guy.
You know who's not a one-taker at all? Who? Sliwa. And he does
Really?
odd
Goes-
pickups.
Yeah?
So it's tough to edit sometimes. Because he'll do a pickup. A pickup, by the way, is when we're recording and we just say, oh, I picked that up. And you usually start at the beginning of the sentence.
Right.
He'll do it in
Start
the middle of the
middle
sentence.
Hey, will
That's
you
good.
guys, now that the Lakers have been eliminated, how much basketball will you guys watch?
That's a good question.
I think Macy's going to drop quickly to 0.
Could.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Lakers fan more than I'm an NBA fan.
Right, like after the Kings play tonight?
Right.
Or is it tomorrow night? Do we ever figure that out?
Kings, Edmonton?
It's tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
Go Kings, go.
If they
GKG.
lose, I'm probably out of the
You
hockey
won't watch
playoffs.
hockey
But if they're
anymore.
in it, I'll watch.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Kings fan than I am a hockey fan.
And sorry, this is wrong. They play tomorrow night.
What is
Oh my
going on
God.
over there?
Your calendar is all over the place.
You said tonight.
You said it, and then you said it.
Yeah, you're right. I said
You
it.
were wrong the first time, so he just followed you down wrong lane.
But the Clippers play tomorrow night, too, right?
The Clippers and the Kings both play tomorrow night. Yes.
Okay, got
But
it.
the Clippers are the Kings are in Edmonton.
So our Los Angeles sports hopes depend on the Clippers and the Kings, who are probably both going to be down 3-1. Well, the
Correct.
Kings are down 3-1.
Kings are down 3-1, yeah.
All that talk about the Clippers, I can't wait to see them lose. Can't wait to see
Well,
them lose.
they're 2-2.
I know. I still think Dallas is going to beat them.
Harden played really well over the
He
weekend.
did. No Kawhi again.
Can you do it 2 games in a row, though?
Yeah, I
Harden?
think so.
Dallas is gonna
I'm
win
picking
that
Dallas, but let's see.
Dallas is going to win that series, I think. All right, this is a little nugget I want to drop in about Bronny James. We've all been talking. Should the Lakers spend pick 55 or whatever it is on Bronny James? So Brian Windhorst said something interesting because he played at USC this year and started late because of the heart issue. Never really got into a groove. This is what Windhorst says about Bronny and how he projects.
When I talk to scouts about Bronny, they don't think that he was able to put his best foot forward this year because USC didn't play him in his position. They had several different guard prospects that were, NBA draft prospects, and he played sort of on the wing. They say he should play point guard, which is where he played and excelled when he was in high school. And he obviously had that terrible health event that happened last summer, and he was expected to go right into playing Pac-12 basketball with no real buildup. So what the scouts are saying to me is that they've got to he should go play someplace where he can show that he can be a point guard and he can build up his skills, and that may not be USC.
So they were playing him out of position is what NBA people are telling Windhorst.
I think he's a good athlete, and I'll say it. There are a ton of players in the G League and on the end of NBA benches who aren't better than him.
Right.
So, I mean, there's the idea that he couldn't be helpful or competitive in a G League or NBA setting, especially when he's only 19, 20 years old, is wrong.
Plus, it's part of the deal.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face
I have
it.
zero issue with any of this.
Lakers are making a bargain. They will make another bargain with LeBron James for another contract and pay him well. And one of the among the things that he will want to see is, one, the Lakers make a big move to bring in additional talent, better supporting cast. Two, I think Lakers taking Bronny at 55 makes perfect sense.
And to me, it's not as big. Like Travis said, that would be a disaster. I don't know what he's talking about.
Come on.
Yeah.
All right,
He's
so,
overvaluing draft picks. That's what he's doing.
Jacob Amrani is here, which means
Well,
it's
this is the
time
last
to play
day of the month.
Game of games. Oh, right. What's
This
the
a
score?
big? This a big game of games. Like Greg and Brian, I've got half of it locked up, but they can get the other half. If Greg or Brian win, then they get half the money. They get half the $10,000. If I win, I get it all. And if anybody else besides the three of us wins, I get it all. So there's a lot for me to play for. It's a very big game of games.
All right. And it is my game today. And it is a game based on something Brian brought up, National Shelter Pet Day.
Okay.
So Game of Games is all about dogs. We will do that. Coming up next, Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Time to talk about iSpot Active. If you golf, play pickleball, soccer, basketball, football, anything that makes you sore, you got to try this wearable cryotherapy. iSpot Active. The only way you can get this is to go to their website, iSpotActive.com. ICEBOD active.com. You go to that website, you'll see James Worthy, one of the owners of the company, on there. There's a testimonial from a doctor. It'll answer any questions you have. And by the way, That's the only way you can get this stuff, is to go to that website, iSpotActive.com. And you have nothing to lose. They offer a full 100% money-back guarantee and free shipping. So if you try this stuff and you don't like it, you can send it back, but you won't. Everybody I've turned on to this loves it. You put this stuff on for 20 minutes, and if you're like me, you won't be sore anymore. Try iSpot Active. Check it out today at that website, iSpotActive.com.
Sedano and Cap for your afternoon drive.
The fun way to drive home on 710.
Bergman threw me out of the studio today, out of the control room.
He said you were making him nervous.
Well, you were wired, like you had been doing.
I was ready. I told you I was ready for this show since 9 a.m.
When you got here today, it was like you came from a Scarface party or something.
Yeah.
You were pacing back and forth.
I was ready. Yeah, he says I was too loud with Jacob and Jason Roberts, so I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll leave.
The LA Afternoon Takeover with Sedano and Cap. Next at 4 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. NextGen is the official AC heat and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans. And right now, you get a 28-point full heat and AC safety inspection and tune-up for only $44, limited time only through April 30th. And they'll even throw in a free air filter at no extra charge. How about a drain cleaning with a camera inspection for only $44? Just call NextGen at 833-3-NEXTGEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3-NEXTGEN.
Hey, it's Mace. Let me tell you about the LA County Department of Mental Health's Take Action movement. This is a series of events promoting wellness and well-being with all the resources and services available in the
$710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It's Game of Games time. We've got 4 players. The great Jacob Bronny is here. Jacob, I know it's a sad day, but how you feeling? How you holding up?
I was really hoping that I'd be coming here with a big smile today with a lot of things talking about a Thursday game.
Yeah.
So obviously we're not doing that.
Not doing that, but you got a chance to win here.
Yes.
By the way, if you win...
I'm actually rooting for you today, Jacob, because if you win, I win the month.
Yeah.
Is that right?
It's
All
me
right.
or you win. Yeah.
Yes. And if Brian or Greg wins, they win a share of the month. Now, the game today,
Really?
it is National Shelter Dog Day. And I've got a series of questions about dogs. They're multiple choice, and they're pretty straightforward. Here is number 1. What kind of dog was Scooby-Doo? He was either a Great Dane or a Weimaraner. Great Dane or Weimaraner. Jacob.
Great Dane.
Great Dane. Ireland.
Great Dane.
Great Dane. Bergman.
Great Dane.
Great Dane. And Brian?
Go with the crowd. Great Dane.
Great Dane is the correct answer. Yes, I never even thought about it before, but yeah, he's a Great Dane.
Was that other thing a real dog name?
Yeah, Weimaraner is a dog, similar to a Great Dane. All right, number 2. According to a national survey, what percentage of dogs sleep in bed with their owner? What percentage of dogs sleep in bed with their owner? It is either 45% or 65%. Ireland, which one is it?
Wow, this is hard. I'm going to say 65.
65. Bergman.
I'm going to go 45.
45. Brian.
I'm going to go 65.
65. Jacob.
I'm going to go 45, too. I think 65 is next to the bed, not inside the bed.
Correct answer. 45% of dogs sleep with their owners in bed.
You're on the same page there.
All right, number 3. As of 2023, what is the number 1 dog breed in America? More of this breed than any other right now. It is either a Labrador Retriever or a French Bulldog. Labrador Retriever or French Bulldog. Bergman.
I'm going to go French Bulldog because Labrador was a while ago.
Okay, Brian.
I'm going to go Bulldog as well.
Bulldog. Jacob.
Seen a lot of Bulldogs lately.
Going Bulldog?
Yes.
Ireland?
Let me take my shot here. I'll go Labrador.
And you're right to do it. It is a Labrador Retriever. Yes. Number 4. So it's Jacob 2, Ireland 2, Bergman 2, Brian 1. Number 4. How many permanent teeth does a dog have? It is either 32 or 42, Brian.
42.
Says 42. Jacob.
I'll go with 32.
32, says Ireland.
I'll go 42.
42. Bergman.
What Jacob again? 32.
Correct answer. 42 teeth. 42 teeth
So that
for
was
a
me
dog.
and Brian.
Yep. So Ireland has a lead. You guys, what
Brian
are you
has
doing?
Brian's with me. Brian has 3.
Number 5. What is the breed of dog that former President Barack Obama owns? It is either an Australian Ridgeback or a Portuguese Water Dog. Australian Ridgeback or Portuguese Water Dog. Which one is Barack Obama's dog? Jacob.
The first one.
Australian Ridgeback.
Yes.
Ireland.
Portuguese Water Dog.
Portuguese Water Dog. Bergman.
Portuguese Water Dog.
And Brian.
I'm going to go Ridgeback, too.
Correct answer. Portuguese Water Dog. Yes.
Okay, so you know what? I was wrong, Brian. You only had 2. And so, Greg, it's now I have 4, Brian 2, Greg 2, Jacob 2.
I
Is that what you got?
I should have 3. I just got that one.
Okay, so you think you have 3?
Yeah,
All
one
right.
less. I'm one behind you.
Okay.
For sure.
Here is number 6. Which is faster, a greyhound or a cheetah? Ireland.
Wow, this is hard. I'll go Greyhound.
Greyhound. Bergman.
It has to be a cheetah, right? Cheetah.
Cheetah. Brian.
Cheetah.
Cheetah. Jacob.
I'm going to go cheetah.
The correct answer. A greyhound is nowhere close to
Yeah, cheetah's like the fastest
So
animal.
Greg has tied me, and then Jacob and Brian are 1 back.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. What is the strangest feature of any dog's face? Either they have 3 eyelids or their snout is the same length as the distance between its ears. 3 eyelids or snout same length as distance between ears. Do we go to the leader now, or
Sure,
who do you
me
want
or
to go? Greg.
Snout, same distance between the ears.
Okay, got it.
I'm
Ireland.
with Greg. Snout.
Snout. Bergman. Oh, I'm sorry,
I
Brian.
said that.
What was the other option?
3 eyelids.
Yeah,
or
let's go 3 eyelids.
3 eyelids.
Yeah,
Okay, and Jacob.
I'm going snout, too.
Correct answer. 3 eyelids.
Oh, Brian ties for the lead.
I knew it couldn't be the other one. My other dog's snout was so short and the head was so big.
I just totally made that up.
All right.
Okay, so we got a race, right?
Yeah, it's 4-4-4-3. How many are left?
There are 2 left.
Okay, so Jacob gets to go last.
On average, how many spots are on a Dalmatian when it is born? How many spots on a Dalmatian when it is born? It is either 10 or none. 10 or none. Ireland, you're the leader?
Yeah, I'm one of them. I'm going to go none.
None? Okay. Bergman?
In 101 Dalmatians, I think they did have spots. The cartoon. I'm gonna go none.
None. Brian?
I think it is none.
Jacob?
I have no choice. I got to go.
Yeah,
against
you got to
these
go the
guys.
other way.
Dalmatians are born completely white. No
Yeah,
spots.
okay.
Yeah.
So Jacob's out.
Thank you.
Brian, Greg,
Sorry, Jacob.
Thank you.
At least you're
Brian,
not second.
Greg, and John are all tied for the lead. Is this the last
This
one?
is the last one.
Okay.
What breed of dog did Dorothy bring to Oz?
Oh no. This is all right up John's alley.
It is either a Cairn Terrier or a Yorkie. What breed of dog did Dorothy bring to Oz?
John is
Toto.
really concentrating.
Cairn Terrier or a Yorkie?
Who goes first?
We got multiple leaders
I went first
here.
last time.
Okay. Brian, you want, or I will.
I'll go first.
Brian.
Yorkie.
Yorkie.
So, yeah. I don't know what a Cairn Terrier is, but it looked like a Yorkie. I'm going Yorkie.
I'm also going Yorkie.
Correct answer. Cairn Terrier.
Oh, you had it, Ireland.
Yeah, it was
you
right
had
there for
it.
me. But I was pretty convinced it was a Yorkie.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't
it
even know
looked
if it
like
All right, so it's coming down to the tiebreaker.
Yes.
Here we go.
Okay. According to the Humane Society, got something to write with, something to write on. How many American families are pet owners? Dogs plus cats, so either a dog or a cat. How many million families own a pet? What is that number? Everybody got something?
Okay, I wrote something.
Okay. How many million families own a pet? Ireland?
122 million.
122. Bergman?
I think you got me. I had 93.
93. Brian?
Oh, way low. 3 million.
Okay. The winner
It's Ireland.
is Greg Bergman.
Yeah, let's go, baby!
Wow. 85 million.
Hey!
Yeah. Didn't miss it by
Boy,
much.
you had like given up.
I thought for sure you had.
So did we finish with the tie for the month?
Yes,
Yeah,
tied.
Bergen and I split.
There you go.
That's how it kind of goes
There
in
you
these
go.
things.
Yep, it does.
I had
I mean,
my
that's just normal.
chances.
This is just right? It should be always be like
probably.
Yeah, it should be. So, Jacob, the game obviously did not go the right way. How are you feeling about the concept of LeBron opting out and then the Lakers re-signing him?
I really don't even have much thought about that.
You don't?
I don't. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
Because I feel like eventually this is going to be LeBron's last opportunity in order to win a championship.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to work with this team to do whatever it takes in order to bring more talent. Okay?
Right.
I don't know enough about that contract. Of course, right now he's got $51 million. If he opts out, he's able to get more. And
Yep.
the Lakers are saying, we'll give you either 1 year, or if you want 2, or we'll do 3, or 1 and 1. I think the most important thing here is LeBron is here in LA. Right now, this is going to be LeBron's town if he can win one more before he finishes.
Jacob, do you understand? Because I don't. Although I respect their positions. Travis and Greg would like to get out of the LeBron business. Now, if he opted in, they'd be okay with him staying for a year. But, Greg, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but if I'm saying it correctly, you would rather be out of the LeBron business than in it a year from now.
Correct.
I don't understand that, Jacob. I think we have an elite star performer still playing at an all-NBA level. I can't for the life of me understand why anyone would want to get out of the LeBron business, but Greg is by far not the only one. Travis, Greg, a lot of listeners. Greg, a lot of feedback we get. People agree with you.
Yeah, it goes both ways.
people on
It's
Twitter,
50-50.
Yeah,
It's definitely 50-50.
do you understand the people that don't want LeBron?
I do understand. I think LeBron for the business of NBA is one thing.
Right.
Especially for the business of the Lakers is one thing. On the court, he does an amazing job. But I think a lot of people believe that you can never go forward and really expand to your missing pieces as long as you are in business with him.
Right, but I think that's polluted thinking only because I think he's part of the solution and not part of the problem. If you take that attitude, what you just described, then you're saying he's the problem.
Yeah, so I don't believe that. I believe that you need to stay in the LeBron business
Me too.
because I do believe that when a guy at that age is still putting the whole team and sometimes the whole town on his shoulder and trying to get us to a victory, you have to be able to know what type of talent is playing
And
under
I
him.
think, you guys, part of this problem is that we're basing it on his age, and no one at his age has ever done this.
Right.
So we're all assuming he's heading for a fall. He's going off the cliff.
Right, trying to
But I
project.
actually think he's like Tom Brady. I don't think he's going to fall off a cliff. I think he's always going to be at a certain level of excellence, and it's just a matter of what you put around
I don't think
him.
he'll allow himself to fall off
Like
a
Brady
cliff.
never did. Brady,
Right.
even when the year after he retired, was still really good. Remember, he lost to the
Right.
Rams in the playoffs.
I think it's when LeBron, he will retire before he is diminished.
And I think that's the reason that, as we were talking, if he signs a 1+1 after next year, if he believes that he could, he's not going to be LeBron-ish, he's not going to want to play again.
Yeah.
Right? So he's going to want to go out on top. And I just hope that this summer is going to be spent a lot more concentrating on the needs. And that's what the Lakers are amazing at, right? They're going to look at the needs. They're going to be aggressive. We have draft picks. They're going to go out there and they're going to try to continue to make this team better. And as Laker fans, that's the one thing that, we look forward to when we have a disappointing season like we did.
Well, listen, thanks for coming in. Obviously, Game of Games is brought to you by Call Jacob. CallJacob.com, 844-24-JACOB. If you're involved in an accident, that's the guy. That's the guy you want. Great seeing you, man.
Appreciate you guys.
Let's do some Super Crosstalk.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason in Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light. Made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Hey, everybody's in the house today. Shadano's here. Cappy's here from South. Day after the Lakers exit the playoffs. And Cappy, are you devastated? You were riding the roller coaster all year long. The roller coaster came to a screeching halt last night. How are you feeling?
I feel,
Yeah.
You searching for the words?
Yeah, can't find the words. Can't. There's a word. Yeah.
I'm not so sure how I'm feeling.
Yeah. Shadano,
I mean,
can you give a direct? Can you give a direct
ended the way
answer?
I thought it was going to end.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah,
they're not better than them.
No,
so.
they're not. Denver's a better team.
Yeah.
They've obviously been a better team 2 years running.
Right.
Although, George, I'm not sure they win it. I love Denver. I love their coach.
Who beats them then?
I think Minnesota's got a real shot.
Nope.
Nope. I think when Dallas beats, I think Dallas is the team that's got the best chance if they beat.
But they
the
play
Clippers.
Minnesota in the next round.
Right.
Denver
Minnesota's problem is what everyone's problem is going to be against them, which was the Lakers' problem against them, which is basically when they need to out-execute you, they can out-execute you because they have better chemistry than everyone.
Yeah, they're great late in games.
Yeah.
But I think Anthony Edwards is like a train coming from the back of the pack.
Oh,
And
he's eventually coming.
I don't know if they have anybody who can guard him. KCP's going to try it. KCP sprained his ankle last night.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, they don't play again until Saturday, so he should be fine by then. But I think it's a real series. I think Minnesota's
Oh, no,
gonna,
I give you that. Yes, it's a real series. I just don't think they can win.
Yeah.
The other, I was looking at it today. Phoenix crashed and
By the way,
burned.
you really look like this is like even for you, even for adult Mace dressing, like this is like a different level, I feel like.
Really? Next level?
Yeah.
I like that. I like that
Nice
combo
piece.
and everything.
Yeah,
I
it
think
looks like
you're good.
it looks like you're like a professor at Stanford or
That's
something.
what I'm going for. I'm
Yeah.
going. Well, I mean, I'm very professorial.
Yeah.
Professorial.
I don't know if you want to be a professor these days.
Well,
you
that's
can't even
true,
get
right.
on campus.
Yeah, really. It's a handful over there. Yeah, no, I'm serious about the.
I love it.
The style thing.
Yeah.
I'm developing a personal
If
style.
he wore that on television rather than the puffy with the T-shirt,
Yeah,
would that
you
be
should have gone with that.
acceptable? Would that be acceptable?
You should have
for
gone with
you?
that. A puffy jacket with a collar shirt doesn't work.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I went back and looked at the tape.
Yeah.
I reviewed the tape,
You're fine.
and I thought I looked fantastic,
just
so I
telling-
was okay.
I'm looking out for you.
I know you are.
Yeah. I mean, I compliment your wardrobe more than anyone around here.
You do. You by the Ireland, you never compliment my wardrobe.
I like what you're wearing today.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Johnny, why don't you ever compliment the guy?
I complimented him earlier today. I complimented his podcast.
Okay.
There you go.
That's true.
You and
did.
Sue Kalinsky.
Yeah,
I got news
Phil,
for you.
Phil
Yeah, I
Hendry
almost
was on
charged
there.
No way. Did he do the voices?
Yeah, I did
and
all
was
the
flying
voices.
so listen to this, you guys. I'm flying home last night,
Yeah.
and very somber flight for obvious
Sure.
reasons.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to lay low in the back of the plane. I got my earplugs in, and Phil Hendry starts telling Sue and Mace this story. For people who don't know, Phil Hendry, his job was to shock audiences and listeners to the point where they couldn't believe that
You
this
know,
was
he started
on
in
the
Miami.
radio.
I used to listen to him as a kid.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
by the way,
WIOD.
Yeah.
But it was amazing. I don't mean to interrupt, John, but when we grew up, George and I, both in South Florida, they had a block of radio, because I know you're a big radio listener fan. They had a block of radio, a guy named Neil Rogers, who was out of his mind, #1 across the board. He was this gay, Jewish, angry dude long before that was like, and he just killed everybody all the time.
Right, equal opportunity destroyer.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
very liberal, but equal opportunity destroyer.
And then as soon as you got done with Neil,
You had
you
Phil.
went into Phil.
Right.
Like you talk about a golden age in a city. This wasn't L.A. or New York.
Well, but Larry King started there too.
Yeah,
Larry King. There are a lot of people that started there.
But I'm just saying that was an amazing time to be a kid my age. I
Yeah.
know, a radio listener.
So you're listening to Phil, or the podcast with
I'm
Phil.
listening to the podcast, and I'm trying to keep a low profile because
Right.
everybody on the plane is very somber.
Yeah.
And I'm drinking an iced tea, and Phil starts telling Mason Sue this story about how, Phil was the host, he was the guest, and it was to incite callers to call in and yell at the guest, who they didn't know, but it was Phil.
Right.
And he would have a phone, right? That was a
he
microphone.
turn off the
mic.
Right.
If you watch Mason's podcast,
Yeah.
he shows you how he does it.
Okay,
now.
got it. I'm going to watch
So-
this, Mace.
Yeah, I'm fascinated to see how he does it.
Okay.
Sue's asking him about some guy he had on, and I won't get this exactly right, but it was something along the lines of some guy was advocating that we should open a freeway where everybody could drive 100 miles an hour.
Like the Autobahn.
Because everybody's in a hurry or something.
Yeah.
And the caller calls in and he's furious. He goes, "My daughter was in a serious accident for people speeding." And Phil as the guest goes, "Your daughter? Is she hot? She beats ass." And I start, George, I do a spit take.
Right.
And I'm laughing so hard that I'm trying desperately, I don't want anybody
Anyone to
to
see
notice.
you. Yeah.
I think I got away with it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it was, you got to listen to
He's
that
amazing.
podcast.
I'm going to check that out.
What happened? So Phil was on in L.A. for a long time.
Yeah.
What station was he on?
He was on KFI.
Okay. And how
Right,
many?
he was
do
a
you-
Clear Channel guy back
Yeah,
then.
Clear Channel, and then he went to Premiere. He worked for Craig Kitchen at
Okay.
Premiere.
And what years was he like? Was his heyday in L.A. radio?
Early
Do you-
2000s, maybe?
No, because we had him late 90s.
Okay.
Late 90s.
And
yeah.
so when did he go off air? Like when?
Well,
did
he's been digital only for about 10 years now.
Right,
hasn't he?
he's still doing shows
Okay.
on Phil Hendry on his website,
Okay.
and you can stream stuff. And he's got an archive of every show he's
Yeah.
ever done. KFI gave him all the shows, Premiere gave him all the
Okay.
shows, so you got an archive of everything he's
Okay.
ever
And
done.
Cappy, have you seen the Netflix documentary?
I have not.
Oh,
no,
wow.
I've got to
It's
see
called
it.
Hendry. It's
Yeah,
great.
I got to see it. The
Yeah.
problem is that at my house, on my TV, my Netflix account has my old email connected to it. So because I have to re-log in for some reason.
Yes.
This is always a problem.
My God.
This is like 3 generations ago emails. This is when I first signed up for Netflix in probably like
Sounds
2003
like
or
something
4.
you could handle in 10 minutes,
No,
but you just
no,
won't do
this-
it.
no.
This
can't be
feels like
handled.
a conversation
Can't-
I've had with my mom and not stepdad
Can't-
Leo
cannot-
about
and-
script.
but the-
Welcome to my life.
But the thing is that if you say to Netflix, "Hey, I would like to reset my password," and they go, "Okay, well, we'll send you an email to this email." Well, that
You
email,
don't have the email
that email
anymore.
hasn't existed in 15 years.
Oh, boy.
So now what do you do?
Yeah, what do you do?
You just sign up again
cancel
under your new email.
and start a new email.
Cancel the old
Wait,
one, sign
you
up for
cancel
new
the
one.
account?
Correct,
Yeah.
and then
Oh,
you start
and
over.
then start a new one.
Okay. All right, so I'm canceling my Netflix account.
Correct.
And then you're
starting a
signing
new one
up
with
for
your
Netflix.
current email.
Right.
Okay.
Use your ESPN email since you always log into that one.
Yeah, I don't really use that one too
Yeah,
much.
I don't use that at all.
Well, I just joking with him because he didn't have one for so long.
Right.
I don't
Really?
I
I
don't
didn't.
think I have one. Do you have one?
we all
both
have
have
them.
Oh,
I
we
just
do? We
don't
just
have
don't
them.
know what they
Yeah,
are?
I've never been there
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, I'm going to go watch it. When I heard you talking today, John, about the Phil Hendry interview, I was like, okay, listen, no offense to producer Emily, who was a recent guest. I was like, I see her every day.
Yeah.
But Phil Hendry, to me, was like growing up in
Legend.
radio, was like a total legend.
Was
So
that
I can't wait to
was
hear
that
that.
a tough get, or did he agree to do
Emily,
it?
pretty. I worked on it.
Tough get?
Worked on it for a while.
Bergman's the only one that got that joke.
It was funny.
Ultimately, the documentary was the way in. I
Oh,
went
really?
through the documentary filmmakers to get to
Why didn't you go
Phil.
to Craig Kitchen?
Because I don't think Phil and Craig have a relationship.
Oh,
anymore.
really?
Yeah, no, he's moved on.
Oh.
yeah. Did he say something negative? I don't know.
No, he didn't say anything negative. He did mention him. He goes, like, you were being like super complimentary, and he goes, would you call Craig Kitchen and tell him that?
Yes, that's
Oh,
how
really?
it came up. Yeah.
Well, you'll see Phil pop up. Like, I saw him pop up on an episode of Modern Family. I was
Yeah,
watching.
oh, yeah.
I was
Oh, really?
watching This Is 40. He's got a great scene in that movie. when
that's
Really?
Paul
he's-
Rudd's riding his bike, and he runs into Phil's car.
Wait,
Yeah.
but is Phil?
Yeah.
Okay.
Phil as Phil?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
okay.
just being an actor
Oh
playing
no,
a part.
right. He's playing a part. He's
Yeah.
not
Right.
Phil as himself.
Okay, and so what is
And there was a TV show that I think they
He
wrote
did.
about him.
They
for
wrote about
briefly.
him at one point, and it
Yeah.
how
didn't-
old
it
a
didn't
guy
take
is he
off.
now?
It's got to
Phil.
be 70, I would think.
Ju- Judging from his face, I would say 70-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm just curious because now you got me really interested. And by the way, this is great promotion for the Culture Pop
It really
podcast.
is, and one of the best.
Let me ask you: you must have asked him this. Does he monetize this digital?
He does.
You think?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
he does.
Okay, and does he do it himself? Or
It's
does
a
he,
subscription service.
Okay.
And he's got somebody.
He's already looking for a hot
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's got.
Does he need a sided pole?
Right. Yeah. He might. That
It's
would be
a
good for him.
subscription service.
Yeah.
And people pay X amount per month to have access to all of his stuff,
Oh, really?
including new
Interesting.
shows. Yeah.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
So he's
Good for him.
monetized it. Yeah.
Good for him, man.
Yeah, if you want to see it, go to the. I especially think the YouTube channel, Culture Pop YouTube channel, has got it, and you can see him do all the voices. And
The phone thing is amazing.
Think about when you were just audio. When you were just an audio podcast.
Right.
And I said
Back
to you,
in the day.
I said, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
You got to do video on
Video's
YouTube.
where it's at,
right.
man.
And you're like, I don't know about video on YouTube. I don't want to be on TV. You know, now you're a YouTuber.
I am a YouTuber.
You're like
I'm
Jake
officially
Paul.
a YouTuber. Yeah.
You're going to fight
Justin
Mike Tyson.
Bieber, originally a YouTuber.
Yeah, that's right. And didn't Usher find him?
I believe so.
Yeah,
Usher's
Usher
gonna find you.
discovered- Yeah, maybe. Damn. Cappy, you didn't
He
give
didn't
us
get that one either.
Yeah, I know he didn't get that.
I got it.
Yeah, there was a line there.
I got
but-
damn. I got
yeah,
it.
got
Damn.
it. Good
like
for you.
Usher. Yeah.
I'm glad you
right.
got it. So you had no take on the Lakers
I got
at
a
all,
lot of
except
takes.
you're
I got a
just-
lot of takes
Are
on the
you
Lakers.
sad? You're
I got-
saving the takes
I'm not
for
sad.
the show?
I'm
or-
not
The
sad.
number one thing we've been debating around here is, and Bergman represents one part of this, and I represent the other part, and it's about evenly divided with the audience. Greg would like to get out of the LeBron business.
He represents the wrong part, is what you're saying.
Correct. That's the wrong.
I think
Travis
that's
Rogers also on Team
I think
Wrong.
that's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
I mean, at the
Ridiculous.
way that he's playing. Cap, where do you come down on that?
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you think that being in the LeBron business is about winning championships, or do you think that being in the LeBron business is about being in the entertainment business?
It could be both.
Yes. Well, can it be both?
Yes.
Really?
It can be
It
both.
can be?
It
What
is
I
both.
think
Did you watch him play?
If
I
you're
did.
an owner of
I
an-
watched him play individually. I watched the other guys around him, and they lost again.
Okay,
to the
but
same
that-
team.
But Cap, I think that what you want if you have an NBA team is you want to be competitive, you want to be competing for a championship, and you want to be entertaining.
Okay.
LeBron makes you both.
I totally agree. LeBron makes you both. He makes you competitive, not necessarily competing for a championship.
Well, we'll see. See who they add. See how they reconstruct the roster.
Oh my God! Reconstruct the roster again?
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, who do you want to keep?
I mean, everybody pretty much does it every year. What
Did
are
you
talking
not
about?
see the supporting cast? The
Everybody
way they
does it every year, really? Because I just want to ask. 'cause-
Denver lost a bunch of guys, and
Yeah,
they
how
had to
many?
play a bunch of rookies.
How many guys they lose? Seriously, from last
I
year's
mean, they lost
championship
Bruce
team.
Brown
Okay,
and Jeff
there's-
Green, who were two big
two
part of
guys.
what they did
But-
they're
but-
on off the bench.
But the core and the coach has all remained the same.
Which
for how many
players?
years?
Which players would you want to stay?
So I'm not going to talk about LeBron and AD yet because I'm going to wait.
Well, okay, right. So beyond LeBron, and which players?
Austin Reeves,
I agree
for sure.
Well, you might have to. If
You
you're
may
going to go
need
out and
to
get
deal him.
somebody,
Yeah.
He has
that's
value.
going to be that's going to be the team, the guy other teams want.
Yeah, he's the guy that they're going to ask for.
See, that's a guy I don't want to part with.
Well, then
That's
you're
a-
at
you're-
you got a bit of a conundrum there.
Well,
You're going to be out of
here,
luck, man.
Let me tell you the conundrum you guys are all going to have.
Yeah.
Is next year when it's just LeBron and AD and a whole bunch of other new guys and you're in the same exact position that you're in right now, you guys are all going to be like, well, guess what? Now we'll start over
Who
with
are
10
the
new
new
guys.
though?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know who they are
this is,
yet.
what,
Who's
this is
the
the
big-
comparison I used earlier. Last year, the Celtics, last 2-3 years, the Celtics have been really good, but they couldn't get over the hump.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody knew these two guys were going to become available, but both Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis became available. They made the trade for Derek White, and those are the three new parts.
Mm-hmm.
Derek White, Kristaps Porzingis.
And they've all been good.
Yep.
And
White
they-
in particular.
now
Was
they-
it last night?
Last
was
night,
it?
yeah.
And now
last
they
night.
have the best record in the NBA, and they're the favorites to win the title.
Mm-hmm.
So the Mesa's question is the right one. Who else? Who are the other guys?
And who's the coach?
Yeah, and who's the coach?
Well, let's start there for a second.
Okay.
You tell me, okay, insiders, who's out there that is a name that has credibility that could walk into this locker room and could have LeBron spread his word or her word for that matter. This is a great coach. We follow his or her lead.
Let me
Who's
know.
the-
Let me figure out who gets fired first.
And well, like here's a couple of possibilities.
Okay,
Cap.
let me hear
All
it.
right. The first one, to George's point, if the Clippers don't win another game, and Ty Lue and the Clippers get a divorce, I think you got to call them.
Well, you can't insult him like you did the last time,
Right.
and go get
Well,
the
and
deal
if
done
you're
right.
going to
give
don't,
him the
if you're
fourth
going
year.
to, don't call them.
Just a quick question.
So
Why would there be a divorce pending between the Clippers and Ty Lue?
Because 5 years they haven't even made a finals.
Okay, and guess whose fault that is? Is it Ty Lue's
Right,
fault?
but but we're talking about the whether it's irrational or rational. The fact that Steve Ballmer may say, you know what, I'm not getting anywhere. I'm going to blow him out.
Oh, I don't believe that. But
And-
okay,
all right.
okay.
So, George, this is a name that I don't know if they would seriously consider it, but I was trying to think of who LeBron might want. And he's hosting a podcast with JJ Redick.
I said that 3 weeks ago.
So Cabby brought that up the other day.
Do you think is there a conversation?
I mean, maybe, but that's a tough spot to jump into.
Another first-time head coach.
But he also has mentioned Rondo too, who would be a first-time head coach.
Right. Yeah, which just makes LeBron the head coach.
Now, let me flip it on you, John. If the Clippers win the series and Jason Kidd loses that series,
another possibility.
He could get blown out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they love Jason.
Correct.
Yeah. So there's three possibilities for you, Cap.
All right. Ty Lue, Jason Kidd,
JJ Redick.
JJ Redick.
JJ Redick. Come on.
Now buying it?
No.
You're just anti JJ Redick because
No,
I've said that
you
I
don't-
would.
no,
Because I've said on the record that if JJ wanted to do the show, it would be JJ and Sedano.
Yeah.
Oh, I
on
love
an
the
afternoon
JJ and
drive.
Sedano show.
It is a good show.
Yeah.
I like the show too.
That's just your.
And then
you're
Cappy
upset.
After Dark.
Right, I just don't like the idea of first-time head coaches.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you've got to find somebody that.
Well, but I think the mistake they made with the first-time head coach is they didn't hire an old head to be on his staff.
Correct.
And that was a huge mistake by this franchise.
But I see a guy like
they wouldn't do that again. I would presume.
I see Kendrick Perkins though today talking about Phil Handy.
No,
I mean that's.
I like Phil, but he's not a head coach.
Okay, well,
In my opinion.
is he an old head?
I think he's probably going to get an interview.
Yeah.
I mean, you could get an interview, but I don't think he should be the head coach of this team.
But in the end, I think LeBron and Rob and the collaborative relationship between the two is going to help them determine exactly which guy LeBron wants to play for.
Really?
In their collaborative effort.
Who's going to coach LeBron? It's not really who LeBron wants to play for. It's who LeBron is willing to have as his head coach, as his babysitter.
Yeah, the kind of guy that when he comes into a huddle, LeBron doesn't have to roll his eyes the way he did all those times with the kind of coach that would never prompt Anthony Davis to say, we don't know what we're doing half the time. The kind of coach that would inspire people to not sit at the end of the bench and eat gummies. That kind of coach. The kind of coach who in game 2...
Wow. Mace is coming with some fire.
Yeah, bring it. Left with 2 timeouts in his pocket and a review left and didn't use them.
Are you going to complain about him having his hands in his pockets as well?
No, I didn't.
Okay, that's okay.
That's a you thing.
That's okay.
That's
not
you.
me. I don't complain about
Who's
it. But
the
a lot
hands
of
in the
people
pocket
do.
guy?
Darvin Ham. Yeah,
Darvin.
that's not a me thing. It's
I
just
don't care if he has his
Oh, you
hands
don't
in the
mind
pocket.
the hands in pockets?
hands
That's
in
okay.
pocket don't matter.
We could be worse. We could go to that guy on TikTok who I don't know.
I
How
love
this
that guy.
I don't even know how this guy has a voice.
Yeah.
Left.
Yeah, that guy.
Do
You
you
said
still
check
have
his
that?
blood pressure.
Yes.
Lakers should have won this series easily, but you have a brain-dead, incompetent human being coaching. All the coaches, Phil Handy, Chris Gent, obviously Darvin Ham, just never be in basketball ever again. If you're switching, it
He
has
goes
to
on
be-
to talk about the
we
switch.
got it.
Yeah, but he's heated up.
All right, Sedano and Cap coming at you.
Where you
We're
guys
out of
going?
here.
Yeah, we're back tomorrow.
Oh, you're gone.